folks.
We're here.
We're here. We made it.
In a weird setup.
It's a weird setup.
You can only see my eyes.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
You won't be able to. They'll be able to see you in a
there we
second.
go.
After I had to sit back.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Fully exposed.
We might not be here on screen the whole time, but we'll be here for some of the time with you guys. It turns out that this conference is going to be like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It's at least 3 hours long.
So that should be exciting.
Oh.
This is gonna be hell on earth.
You know
No,
what it's
it's
probably
gonna
gonna.
be fine.
You know what it probably is.
What?
Because in previous years they have done this massive preamble thing.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, we got to go through all these other details beforehand.
They're probably just gonna put that all in the conference.
I assumed that this was the start time of the actual conference, and there would be a pre-show before this that wasn't part of the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is all pre-show until 9:30, and possibly even this is in pre-show. The main thing that's worth noting, of course, about their lineup is that there's no Anthem here.
Nope, it's completely missing.
Remember like a week ago when they were like, no, guys, we're still doing Anthem stuff. Here's the update on the Cataclysm event and the schedule, and no. I guess it's just dumb.
No, see, look, they're gonna subvert your expectations. They tell you they're not gonna do it, and then they're gonna have one guy come out and say like, yeah, we're still working on it.
Okay, so we gotta pray that there's going to be stuff in between like FIFA and Madden, and they're not gonna spend 30 minutes on both of those because they're not gonna do that, right?
Right.
Right.
They will bring out the FIFA World Cup again.
No, that was the Champions Cup, you ass.
The Champions Cup. I would feed myself to Aragog's children
for that cup.
But I don't know, man.
But there better be
what
like
are you
some new
talking about? There's
announcements.
going to be a tribute to all of our fallen Madden players after the shooting last year.
Yeah, there's
That's
definitely
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure.
like the guy that you made fun of until he got shot.
Hey,
Not
hey.
until you happened to make fun of him, and
I'm
then he got
sorry.
shot. It was unrelated.
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
sorry.
You can apologize all you want.
It won't undo.
Oh man.
Oh god, I felt
Undo
actually
the mistakes of the past.
I felt legitimately awful about that for a while.
It's fine.
It's
No,
really
it's not fine.
It's really not.
It's not fine, but you could have not known. There's no way you could have known.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's the sports talk's gonna be fun. I wonder if they're gonna.
I can help you guys with
post for Berlin or whoever, Belgium.
Yeah.
Belgium's the one that's banning
Yeah.
all the loot boxes and all that stuff, right?
But yeah, I can help you guys a little bit with Madden, but I have absolutely nothing about soccer, so we're screwed.
Crossburn asks, Anthem, you mean that totally amazing game that everyone loved and surpassed our expectations?
Bob Dylan.
I am not
the
an
Bob
EA
Dylan
plant.
of video games.
I'm not an EA plant. I'm going to crank this slightly since we're just going to be, I don't know. We're going to have to make audio adjustments as the stream goes on, I'm sure, to make this sound good for everybody.
Crossburn is definitely not a Polygon shill for EA. Writing special news pieces or opinion pieces.
What was the opinion piece that Polygon did recently that was like...
It was like,
it's
like you guys and all your loot box banning shenanigans are going to be killing sports games.
Yeah, because the license... No, there was an article published that was like, if 2K stops putting loot boxes in 2K and NBA 2K, then they won't be able to pay all those expensive licenses.
Doesn't make any
You're going to kill
sense.
sports video games.
That doesn't make any sense. They've been doing it for years. There was an NCAA sports game for 10 years.
No, Joshua,
Dude,
you don't understand.
You don't get it.
You
And
don't
that one you have to
understand.
pay about 47,000 people.
Listen, dude, licenses are expensive. They're definitely not making the money back.
Dude.
Sports games definitely aren't the most popular games that
I think
sell
my
every
favorite
year.
one. I think my favorite one is that EA did not pay people on the NCAA games for like the first 5 years, and then they were like, "Oh," and there was a massive lawsuit of like every college athlete ever.
Two Broke Adults says, you made fun of him and then he got shot. Yep, sounds like I'm watching the right stream.
Oh, no.
Are we becoming the best friends?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Someone's got to pick up the
We're
mantle.
making it was very poor taste what we just did, but it did happen. Joshua wants to apologize.
I would like to apologize. There was a man, I think his screen name was Chew Boy or something, that I said, man, that name is stupid at the end of last year's E3 EA conference. And then he was part of the shooting in Florida that happened with that Madden competition.
Anyway.
Gun control.
Gun control. Let's not get into that. How about...
I'll get into it. You shouldn't be able to
checks.
buy assault rifles that is easily. The fact that there was a news headline a couple of months ago that was like, this state has made it illegal for people under the age of 21 to buy assault rifles. It's like you could do that before.
Yeah,
no,
really?
yeah.
Yes, in a lot
some
of states you can buy an
it's-
assault rifle as soon as you're 18.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
And in a lot of states, you have to be older to buy a handgun than you have to be to buy an AR. which doesn't make any sense.
I did know that.
It's ridiculous.
Like, that one just doesn't make any sense. I don't care which side of the political fence you're on. It's fine. It's fine. Everything went great.
Everything's good.
Film MKR Entertainment. I'm really hoping with the 30-minute intervals there might be some surprises, but this lineup...
It looks awful.
Listen. If nothing is happening, we can just do whatever.
All right, guys.
We can just stop.
This is basically just a podcast.
Now, I know I, for one, am extremely excited for this. How are you both feeling? I cannot wait for all the fun video game announcements.
I gotta be honest with you. There are 3 conferences this year that I'm looking forward to. Mm-hmm. There's the Nintendo conference,
because obviously,
during which I anticipate seeing things that I'm interested in playing. And then there are the Bethesda and EA conferences.
Where you just want to see them do a kowtow for 2 hours.
I want to see what they're gonna do.
You want to see Todd Howard play just end it all.
Todd Howard is going to come out in a wheelchair with an IV drip. He's going to be pale.
0 from the end of MGS4.
Hold on a second. we have to address the the real thing, which I have not shown to Joey yet. Slide over here.
The what?
Hold on.
Multiple monitors. Wow.
How the hell? This is from Goggle Garrett. How the hell is Bethesda going to handle E3?
Do this quick. It's about to start.
After the what was Fallout 76, there's no possible way they're going to be able to salvage it. Not even Todd Howard can save.
He's so bright. He's grossly incandescent. Todd Howard. God Howard. Oh man. Is it gonna be God Howard or Todd Coward this year? I cannot wait to find out.
I hope he's Todd Coward this year.
We're gonna miss the beginning of the conference.
Who cares?
I don't care. It's
Nothing is gonna happen.
Look, this is only Also, like I really
Here it comes.
Oh man.
Okay,
But no.
let's get back to it. I think it's about it just started. Yes.
Perfect.
And of course, really, there's only one conference I'm looking forward to, which is Devolver, obviously. Oh no, they've got Greg shilling for them this year.
Oh no.
Oh no,
No,
Greg!
Greg!
Why would you do it?
No.
a little bit differently this year.
No!
No, Greg!
I don't know who this is.
That's Greg Miller.
You're kind of funny.
Formerly
of
formerly
IGN.
of IGN, now
Yeah.
kind of funny.
You can
Greg
watch
Miller.
You can tune in for your favorite games. You can turn it off right now, but I wouldn't suggest it.
Well,
Greg, why?
You can turn it off right
Why,
now.
Greg?
He just said the words, you can turn it off right now out loud.
FIFA 20, Madden 20,
That's fine.
and The Sims. That's 6 shows, people, and we still got to get this.
That's
stage
6
ready.
shows. He just
Run
said
through
Madden
all the
20 and
content
FIFA
revealing. So get
20.
excited.
Greg Miller just said the words Madden 20 and
I'll be
FIFA
bringing you
20.
Have you guys ever played FIFA before?
I have not.
I've played the Game Boy Advance version.
Oh yeah, we did have that. And I mean, Quidditch World Cup was basically FIFA.
I played.
That's right.
I played whatever was the first FIFA to come out on PlayStation many years, PS4 specifically, many years later, because friends and I were at GameStop and were like, let's try this out, and we could not figure out, and also couldn't figure out how to have fun with it.
From most of my normie friends, I hear FIFA is better than Madden, but I mean that's not saying.
Well, to be fair,
Madden has actually actively gotten worse.
no,
in the
I was
last
gonna
10
say FIFA actually has a much larger audience than Madden.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's probably higher expectations of quality.
Oh my gosh, football.
Oh, Natalie Hernandez, Greg betrayed Sony years ago. Don't worry about it. Well, Greg used to be very specifically. He used to do the PlayStation show for IGN.
Gotcha.
No longer.
Everyone watch. Okay, now Julia, you're also hosting The Sims.
Also, I'm not just looking at my phone for memes. I've got the chat pulled up on my phone.
I think I should do that too.
No,
I
it's
can't.
fine.
I can't read anything
Who
from where I'm
cares?
sitting.
It's totally
Star Wars
fine.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay.
Why are you asking me?
Check it out. Now it's bigger. Now you can read it over here on our screen. I made it bigger.
Whoa!
Now it's big.
I will close my phone.
You can have your phone out too. I'm just saying.
Find out all about this Star
We'll
Wars.
see.
But ladies and gentlemen,
We'll see how this conference goes. We'll see how
Pupsick
long.
asks, I love how excited we all are for this show.
Yeah.
drink, grab a snack,
Oh, man, dude,
adjust
I
your
cannot
chair to
wait.
the perfect degree you
So
want,
oh
because
man,
EA
like so they advertise it as starting now, but this is literally
Yeah,
a
no,
pre-show.
this is
This
just-
is awful.
they can be
But whatever.
Kill
What are
me.
those chairs? They
Kill
look like
me.
sugar cubes.
Kill me. This
Are
was
those
clearly pre-recorded like 3 days ago. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man. Perfect.
they immediately, as I said that, peeled
Wait, are
back.
they-
Oh man, the countdown has initiated.
Are they doing it outside this year?
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah, no, they're not actually
That's
at.
miserable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, they're like the last couple years, they're not actually at E3. They're doing it
doesn't
on
start
another
until
site.
tomorrow.
Yeah, they're on another
Right,
site
but
doing
still, like, you think they could afford a building?
it. No,
It's EA.
no, dude, they had to let a lot of people go.
No, exactly. With all the people they let off, they should be able to afford it now.
Oh my gosh, Star Wars.
So Fallen Order, that's the one being made by Respawn.
yeah, that's
correct.
the only
That's
game
the
here.
only Star Wars
Yeah.
game coming out right now because EA can't make Star Wars.
This is
games.
gonna be the last one they release before losing the license. Mark my words.
Joshua is probably making an accurate
Besides
statement
maybe
right
Battlefront 3, which they might not release because they'd be too scared.
now. Joshua is likely making an accurate statement.
BRB, I need to finish making my lunch. Don't worry, you've got time. We're gonna be here. I doubt anything interesting's gonna
I
happen.
haven't eaten, so good for you, buddy.
Oh yeah, you said you're gonna get something and you just didn't. You
Who
said
cares?
We watched
There's something
YouTube.
gonna
EA is more important
No.
than sustenance.
Oh man, I gotta turn off my Let's Play of Best Friends KOTOR.
Oh, no.
He's been watching the KOTOR playthrough for like the third time.
Second
while,
time,
While
second
he
time,
plays
second time.
whatever, second time while he plays KOTOR 2
Bless.
Because it's
for the
like-
second time.
No, fourth time through KOTOR 2.
Excuse me.
Well, now I'm the only
Dude,
one
that
who
is
doesn't
a
have my
good
phone
freaking
out, so
game.
time to
KOTOR
bring
2.
my phone out, baby.
My phone is out so that I can monitor the audio on the stream that everybody else is hearing.
KOTOR 2, with the restored content modification, is actively better than KOTOR 1. Fight me. It's really good.
Well, 'cause
I'm not gonna
Obsidian
fight
made it.
you because I don't know. I don't know nothing about you, your nerds and your Star Wars.
That's right.
Lego Star Wars was the last good Star Wars game.
Probably.
Actually, maybe.
It might be.
This is likely an
Yeah,
accurate
it's after KOTOR 2. So
Well,
we'll
Lego
give you
Star Wars
that.
2 is technically different from Lego Star.
Yeah, so Lego Star,
Star
Wars,
Wars
let's say Complete
The-
Saga.
yes.
We'll say Complete Saga.
Exactly.
That was the last good Star Wars game. You're probably actually right. Was Force Unleashed before or after? That's not good, but it's like, okay. Jaren Gravely, thank you for the $2 donation.
Oh, thank you
He's
very
in a
much.
play. Good luck, my dude. Have fun.
Did you hear about the KOTOR movie?
Break a
Yes,
leg.
I did hear about that.
I don't know if you're in a play and that you're acting, or if you're attending a play. If you're acting, break a leg. If you're attending, have fun.
If you're attending, please
but
don't
yeah,
break a
so
leg.
so they're asking about the KOTOR movie, which yes, I did hear about the KOTOR movie.
I don't believe it.
It's just a script so far and might not get picked up. So
We had a whole discussion about how
Yeah.
that should be structured. Spoiler free, where we don't want to spoil KOTOR for anybody who hasn't played it. It should be 3 movies.
3 movies.
And
For the first one. KOTOR 1 makes a better movie. I like KOTOR 2. KOTOR 1 makes a better movie. I still like KOTOR 1.
Mission and Zal Wookie Man.
Zalbar.
Zalbar, they both get cut.
Yeah, sadly.
Not because I don't like them.
Because you need a smaller cast.
You need a smaller cast.
Yeah, yeah.
So you land on the planet. First of all, I think that
There's someone saying in the chat we need to make it a touch louder.
Our
okay.
voice is a touch louder.
Our
Our
voices or
voices,
their
yeah,
voices?
so
There's not much we can do about ours.
We're just not loud enough. Yeah, just move a little closer.
I mean, like it's boosted pretty high already.
Boost.
but-
I'll try to be a bit louder.
No, we're gonna get a lot of audio's about to start clipping a lot, boys and girls, but try to be a little bit louder.
It's also because I've played KOTOR 2 more recently, so maybe my opinion of it's a little bit higher.
NP Bro says KOTOR 2 is strictly inferior.
Yes, I know. I'm responding to that.
Oh, okay,
I do
got it.
not dislike KOTOR 1. I just really like KOTOR 2. You have to play with restored content mod.
Force
Otherwise,
Un-
it is strictly inferior.
Force Unleashed was September.
I think I'm still gonna say Complete Saga was the last good one.
Okay.
Unleashed
Yeah,
was
Unleashed was
fun.
questionable.
The best thing about Unleashed was that there were 300 different costumes in that game, especially
Yeah.
if you use cheat codes. So you could be like, there were like 27 different Stormtrooper variants you could play as. So you could be a really cool,
Yeah.
weird Stormtrooper
Yeah.
Special Forces variant running around with a
Wait,
lightsaber killing
Jacob.
people.
Did the voice actor for Canderous just pass away? Or Canderous and President and Saldus?
Don't ask me.
I'll look it up.
I don't remember who that is. Which one's Canderous?
He's the man.
He's Kando the
Oh, the
Mando.
Mandalorian. Yeah, he was a cool
He
guy.
also voices a character in MGS2. I don't know if you got that far. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Ladies.
Oh no, we're being abandoned, guys.
Oh
I'll be
no.
back.
Oh, he's
We
changing.
can't do this.
Nope. All
Okay, so
right.
who's the voice actor? I
Oh.
went to Solidus instead, just because I figured that'll be easier to find the VA for, because Kojima loves his voice actors.
He does, yeah. Oh man. Death Stranding, though. Did we talk about that?
Oh.
Dying Man and Die Hard Man.
Okay, John Surgan. Oh yeah, he did die recently. He died 2 years ago.
Well,
That's too
darn. Can't get him for the movie. But yeah, no, this is one of those, I don't know, we're living in a weird age now where for years a video game movie would be announced, and it's like, you could just ignore
The Uncharted one's actually seeming like it might happen.
Well, see, this is what I was
It
saying.
has an actor attached
no,
to it.
for years it was like, hey, video game movie is being announced, and you could just ignore it because it's not getting made.
Yeah. But
Now
it might happen because Detective Pikachu actually was the
Detective
first
Pikachu
good one.
happened. Sonic got delayed, but it's happening.
It's still happening.
Monster Hunter is happening.
Oh, God.
And, oh god.
It's the double death for you. I feel so bad. Your two favorite series about to get destroyed.
Oh man, dude. Every day that I wake up and realize I'm a Sonic fan is a day where I suffer just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, but whatever.
Hey, Sonic Mania 2 might get announced.
Listen, Sonic Mania is free on PS4 right now if you have
Play
PS
it.
Plus.
Play it.
It's the last good
Play it.
Sonic game. Play it.
It's probably the last good Sonic
No, that's
game.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's I'm not saying it's the last one that came out. It's probably the last good Sonic game. Doesn't mean it's the last game I'll buy. Yeah, no, the Monster Hunter movie.
It's about real it's like American soldiers, right?
I equate it. It's probably like I'm imagining Transformers, but with monsters instead of Transformers.
Oh no.
Like I imagine it's because we already like the one of the league scenes had like two of the monsters fighting in like
Yeah.
New York.
Oh,
So
man.
it's like I imagine main character is main character is gonna be Mia Jovovich again, isn't it?
Really?
I think so.
I'm not sure, honestly. I know very little about the Monster Hunter movie. Basically, all I know about is what you've told me.
It's just like there's not a whole lot of it, or maybe there is info. I've chosen not to look it up because you know you can only hurt yourself so much. You can only take in so much darkness. Dark Souls movie win. Oh god.
Oh god.
I haven't.
That would be the unholy trinity for you, is if Dark Souls happened next.
I have not played at Sekiro, but everybody says the story is a lot more straightforward and said that was a misstep because the story's not like that's the thing is with the FromSoft stories is they're really messy.
We're about to get that George R.R. Martin collab from Soft.
Oh yeah, we might get to see that E3.
And people are saying Bandai Namco's entire lineup got leaked, and they're saying that a new Tales game and a remake of Ni no Kuni.
Not a remaster.
My bad. And the original going to Switch.
Yeah. Which
Any video game movie ever been good? Detective Pikachu got okay reviews. That's the only
haven't
one.
seen it. Oh, yeah,
Dude,
Doom was a
shut
great
your
movie.
mouth. That is categorically incorrect.
Didn't I tell you about the Doom movie on an episode of the KH Playthrough?
Yeah,
I remember having to edit in the first-person footage of that. And I was
I don't
explaining
think you
that there's a
edited it
segment.
in, but you definitely talked about
No,
how it goes
I
first
know
person.
because I downloaded footage of the first-person scene and put in a video.
I have seen it. It's just been a while.
Will Snoop Dogg smoking a joint while playing Battlefield happen this year?
One
One can
hope.
hope.
One can hope.
One can hope.
It sounds like Joey isn't a recovering addict. Hi, I'm Joey and I have a problem. I'm a Sonic fan. Yeah, except I'm not recovering. I'm just an addict.
The Dark Souls movie is going to be 2 hours of someone trying to kill the Asylum Demon.
No, we need to get for the Dark Souls movie. We need to get the person, whoever it was from Polygon that played Doom 2016. That was like couldn't aim
win
and walk at the same time.
The one who thought that Mario Brothers Wii was super hard.
No, that guy was the guy from
Yeah, he was GameSpot. My bad.
Welcome to the stream, Kelsey. That's an IRL friend.
Ah,
Oh.
I noticed that. FYI, everybody. I guess I should. This is more for you guys. Really fast. I just remembered. Since we don't have the chat on screen for this, make sure you read people's usernames if you read out their comments.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Also,
Apologies.
to everybody out there, friendly reminder that we will be, hopefully, what time is this going to end now?
Who knows?
Noon. Or not noon, 2 o'clock for us, Central Time. I'm sorry to let that slip.
After,
no, they know where we are now. They're coming.
After the, that means that after this is done, we're going to be comboing almost immediately into FF9. So if you want to stick around after the EA conference and watch us play Final Fantasy IX, it might not be at 3 Eastern like I previously said that it was. It might be at 3:30 Eastern or something. So we might need a few minutes to rearrange our setup after this conference.
So Super Columnist 29 asks, would you rather see EA get booed during their press conference or Bethesda?
EA.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
EA. Hands down. Because
Because
they've been evil forever. Bethesda just got evil.
I don't know, that's not true. Bethesda's been evil for a while.
They
so.
have been evil for a while, but they've been able to hide it. EA has blatantly been evil, so it's fine.
Yeah, Uncharted movie next year. That's going to be awful.
Says
I'm
Mr.
guessing.
Mr.
Jumbalua.
No, Dirk of
Jambalaya.
DR, I do not have Streamlabs at the moment. You gotta understand, I don't know how this streaming crap works.
Oh my god. Rain Hippie says, okay, but imagine Dark Souls movie, but it is an isekai thing happening where the main character is a loser like us. That sounds just the worst. It's like you take a Dark Souls movie concept, and that's bad, and then it's like, but it's an isekai now. It's like, wow, I just want to jump off this roof.
You know what the word isekai means, Joshua? Just out of curiosity. There are people in our
Probably
audience who
not.
don't know. Isekai is a genre of anime that is normal person in a magical world.
Yeah, it is. My name is Kentaro Fujishima, and I am an average high school student with no friends.
It's the Chronicles of Narnia, except embarrassing.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Not even Tom Holland will save Uncharted on Max Blade. That is exactly right. That is exactly right. It will only contribute to his own demise.
Wait, Tom Holland's gonna be in
Tom
it?
Holland is going to be
Supposedly
young
they
Nathan
cast as
Drake.
Nathan Drake in an Uncharted film.
That is
is-
set to release next year.
Isn't Nathan Drake supposed to be a cool guy, though?
Oh!
Huh.
I
That
like
was
Tom Holland
Bane.
a lot. I like those new Spider-Man movies a lot. I like him as Spider-Man. That's what do you mean? To be fair, he looks a lot like young Nathan Drake looks in Uncharted 3, but I don't want to watch a movie about young Nathan Drake.
I wanna watch a movie
I
about
want
Punished.
a scene about young Nathan
Oh
Drake.
man, Greg is back to shill.
Oh man, 1 minute.
I feel bad. I wonder if Rooster Teeth sent him here or he was contacted directly. That's the question.
Rooster Teeth probably sent him here.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Isekai, Thomas says Isekai only refers to people going to another world. Doesn't matter what kind of person it is. You are correct, but almost every Isekai is just, I am average man, and here I go into this new world so I can be special.
Rain Hippie, oh my effing god, the Chronicles of Narnia is totally an isekai. It was the first isekai prime.
Was it?
It was like one of the first. Technically, Winnie the Pooh would have been the first isekai.
Oh, no. Oh no. We need to stop talking about this. You're gonna hurt me. Jacob, you got 5 seconds. It's about to happen. Get excited.
Jacob, Star Wars is coming!
I don't care.
Oh,
No,
man.
there's a trailer.
What is trailer?
Yeah, I do. I caused it.
You caused it?
Okay, we're fine.
Or no, maybe I didn't cause it.
It's okay. Whatever. These people are along to ride with us. This isn't like when I watched E3s on Discord where it's like, oh, everybody pause, I'm buffering.
Did the stream
Wait, really? That was it?
Hey, folks, did the stream just drop out for a second there? I'm pretty sure that it did, but let me know for certain, please.
Jedi, I'm Greg Miller, and today we're talking Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We've been waiting so... You can you know what?
Dark Souls,
We're talking about Star Wars.
Crossburn says the Dark Souls movie is actually just 2 hours of people getting stuck in the floor and shooting at an invincible guy with a crossbow. That is absolutely correct.
And we're finally here to help us get things started. We've got
I actually started up Dark Souls 2 yesterday, and in the very, starting area, I jumped off a thing and got stuck in a place, and then my body clipped through the world.
Yeah, people are saying it's okay. Greg is just hyping up the crowd, and you're totally right. We're not saying Greg is officially ruined now. We're just saying we feel sorry
It's
for
just
him.
that he's fighting on the wrong team
Okay,
right now.
we're saying that Uncovered was less embarrassing than this, okay?
Oof, oof,
Yes,
okay.
Uncovered Final Fantasy 15, him hosting, is less embarrassing than him hosting EA this year.
All right, yeah, we might have had a drop for a second there, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
We're
about
back.
You didn't miss
Yeah,
anything.
people are saying to cut out for a second.
it. I needed to restart the Wi-Fi so that I could actually review the stream on my laptop, which meant I had to cut the signal for a half a second.
You're supposed to answer this.
Off script.
So
Oh
off.
yeah, we're totally off script. They gave me cards.
Oh
That
boy.
was-
Oh man, they're totally off script. Greg threw out his script. Whoa! Yeah, people in the crowd started clapping.
It's Star Wars.
I clapped when I saw it.
Yeah, this is something that Stig and I have been envisioning for years, to see it come to life and be able to show you guys 15 minutes of gameplay today.
You didn't miss anything.
15 minutes of gameplay.
Noruega. Trust
That's-
me.
Well, if they couldn't show 15 minutes of gameplay 4 months before it comes out, I'd be really concerned.
Is it coming out in 4 months?
Yes, it's coming out by the end of this year. Okay, 5 months. I think it comes out in November.
What's this game all about, Vince?
This is a single-player action-adventure game set.
I'm gonna make a bold. Look at this man has. That man has a lot more gray hair than he did last
Yes,
year.
he does. Yes, he might have been dyeing it. He might have been dyeing it and stopped dyeing it. You never know.
These are just things that I noticed. That's
Yeah.
Greg, you were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them, says Ruby Knights.
I'm gonna be straight with you guys. That
Raise
trailer,
EA volume, please. People are saying.
that trailer, I just bumped it a bit already.
Okay, good.
But the freaking that trailer they showed at Celebration, not impressed. It's just look, it's a Starman.
It's a Star Wars.
It's
yeah.
a Starman. There's people trying to kill him. I'm gonna be straight with all of you. That I'm gonna sound like just like I'm saying white males or whatever, but freaking that character looks like the most boring thing ever. I'm not saying that I can't be convinced that he's a good character because I haven't seen enough of him. You know, maybe he's well performed, maybe he's gonna be interesting. But it's like here's the hill that you're starting on. You have to convince me why you didn't use Ahsoka. That's where you're starting from.
Yeah.
Ahsoka is a character from the Clone Wars television show who basically did all of the stuff that this game is about off screen, and we didn't get to see it.
Cool stuff.
Because she's
I wonder how many people in this crowd are gonna leave as soon as this is over.
too many.
Okay, let's actually watch
let's-
this. We'll shut up.
No, we'll shut up.
No.
Well, I do want to see this.
Yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, every star is a world.
Stars are blinking out one by
Start
one.
journey.
Press A.
Oh, so they're actually.
Oh,
just showing the game.
Xbox. Disgusting.
They already showed the Xbox logo at the beginning.
Yeah,
You
I
should
know.
be paying more
I know.
attention.
I know. I'm just being a jerk.
Ruby Knights, I know that they probably can't just use Ahsoka willy-nilly. My point is, generally speaking, that my point is simply that this is a story and a period that, like, you have a character who's already very well liked who could have easily taken part in this adventure. My point is not that they should have used Ahsoka. My point is that we have a baseline of character quality that could have embodied a story like this, so you have to convince me that this was the right decision. That's all I mean.
So the question is, didn't they say this all takes place on one planet?
I don't remember.
I hope this planet has multiple biomes if it is all on one planet, because
It's probably going to be a mixture of industrial jungle and industrial jungle.
yeah,
Whoa.
those are my favorite biomes.
Oh wait, they showed one of the scenes that looked almost like Sullust. It was like a big
Yeah.
industrial sludge pit. So I'm sure there's gonna be.
Well, no, it looked more like I'd say
Oh,
Kessel.
look at it! It's Forrest Whitaker.
It's, You're
I'm not
right.
being sarcastic. That's
Yes,
Forrest Whitaker's
it's
character.
the Rebels character.
That's him. Between,
or not Rebels, my bad. Rogue One.
You know, no. He was in Rebels. He was in Rebels. He was in Clone Wars first, dude.
Oh yeah.
Committing the cardinal sin of not having subtitles.
It was
Yeah. There
Saw
should be
Gerrera.
subtitles.
Saw Gerrera was in the Clone Wars before he was in that movie Rogue One.
Dude, I love how since someone pointed out, it's the exact same Uncharted grappling hook, because now since Uncharted had the grappling hook, now every game ever has the grappling hook.
Now we gotta do the wall runs.
We need their help to stop the Empire.
Okay,
So, do you
Bye,
make your own
Forrest
custom
Whitaker.
character, or is this
No,
the
this
main
is the guy.
character? That's
bye, Forrest Whitaker.
Originally,
He looks like the actor.
Yeah, he
His
looks like
design
the
is
actor.
based on the guy who does the mocap and voice.
I mean, that's how it usually goes this time around.
Yeah, no. To be clear, again, I'm not saying this guy's bad. I'm just saying he did not grab my attention.
Oh man,
in the
free!
first
Oh, we're on
trailer.
Kashyyyk. Of course, we're on Kashyyyk.
Oh, we're on Kashyyyk, freeing the Wookiees.
Freeing Din Wookiees.
But wait, we have to fail at this then?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like this can't
Yeah.
work canonically because the
Split
Wookiees were
timelines,
still.
baby.
Oh,
well,
wait,
it might
the-
just be one prison.
The
camp,
map
dude.
looks like Metroid. Like
Oh
Metroid
man, look
Prime.
at that looked like Star Wars Connect.
he's just using it as a lightsaber.
He's using it like as a torch.
That's what I
kinda
should have.
cool.
I meant to say a flashlight. I said
Yeah.
lightsaber. I said he's using a lightsaber as a
It's a
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. You better put it away before he's in broad daylight. Okay.
I wish that it did the little sizzle effect that happens in the Genndy Tartakovsky series when
Yeah.
Anakin and Ventress are fighting in the rain. You remember that, right?
Yeah. On
Where like the
before.
water is there's this scene in the 2D Genndy Tartakovsky cartoon
yeah.
where they're fighting in a rainstorm and like the rain is hitting their sabers and like instantly vaporizing.
It looks
that looks
really cool. Yeah.
Sounds like it would look cool. Yeah, stealth.
Stealth.
No one will ever know.
The question is, how many fights will happen during this 15
I'll
minutes?
free the Wookiees. No one will ever know. Ever know.
Well, if it's all taking place on Kashyyyk, there's.
I don't think it's all taking place on Kashyyyk.
Okay, dang it, because there are also grasslands and other biomes that we.
I'm
never
just saying,
see.
like now that they've said it's on Kashyyyk, I don't think the whole thing's gonna be on
Oh,
Kashyyyk.
man.
But I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Those blaster bolts do not look good.
That's fine.
Did he? Okay.
Oh, that's not fine.
That's not fine at all. Ugh.
Yeah! Yeah!
Time stop.
It's like that one shot in Skyrim.
Kill it. Kill it. He's gonna go tell his boss.
Yeah, kill him.
Beat him
Kill
up.
that astromech droid. Cut it in half.
Okay, too late. You already lost.
There
Okay,
you go,
that
he
was
killed
actually
it.
kind of
Good.
cool.
He killed it.
Um,
Throw him left into
What?
that explosive barrel.
Why
Grab
are
him
they?
and throw him
Oh,
left
they
into
have
that
those
barrel.
stupid shock sticks from the
Oh no, I see,
Force
what
Awakens.
they have. Yeah.
That looks dumb.
It's for riot control, and they happen to be useful against this Jedi who's being here.
I
Okay,
mean,
that,
yeah,
hey,
vibroblades exist.
That cut effect, those cut effects look good.
Yeah,
we're not gonna get full on.
we're not gonna get dismemberment,
Decapitation,
but it looks good.
Sadly.
What's the game? Not Jedi Academy. What's the one where it had the full on like
Lego
body?
Star Wars.
No, not
Yes.
like a Star Wars.
Yes. Was it Jedi Outcast? That happened?
Jedi. No, it wasn't Jedi Outcast.
Strike Raid?
Strike Raid.
That's from Kingdom Hearts.
That's from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
dude.
sorry.
That's
Is
the,
the
that's,
Force
that's
also
the,
chaos
that's the throw your
control?
Keyblade.
Hey guys, did you know that I don't really know Star Wars very much?
Yeah, we're the Star Wars nerds.
Y'all are the
around
Star
here.
Wars guys. I'm the Sonic guy.
There's one of the older PC shooter / sword games starring Kyle Katarn had a mod that was like
Oh, a mod, yeah.
Yeah, it was a mod that was full on like when you, but it's like it was like really popular game in the first place and a very popular mod.
I think it
where
was
it's
Jedi.
basically-
It was Jedi Outcast. I think
Maybe
it was either Jedi Outcast or.
it was a
Jedi
situation
Academy.
where the lightsaber would do 1-to-1 cuts on like enemy character model that you sliced at.
Okay, I'm a little. That fight scene looked good, but I'm confused as to what was actually happening.
Yeah,
we need
like
to-
I
we
don't
need
know
to-
how you do those moves.
We don't know the mechanics here. Oh look, it's like a Disney World ride.
Wow.
Welcome to Star Tours. Getting the Millennium Falcon. We're gonna take you for a ride.
He healed himself. Oh man, it's like.
Oh, it's Dark Forces 2.
It's
Dark Forces, thank
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
guys, it's like. It's like.
Dark Forces
Thank
was like
you,
a
NP bro.
Dark Forces was like a Doom clone.
Yeah.
Was Dark Forces 2 a 3D game?
I'm not sure. I don't know anything about Dark Forces.
Rain Hippie says there has to be at least one Sonic guy at every party.
That is
yeah,
very true.
there is every time I go to a party, baby.
Oh no.
Which
bugs.
is never because I
Oh,
don't go to
the
parties.
bugs!
Those bugs are
Genocide.
Those bugs are not threatening.
Those are.
Oh, they
Just
exploded.
Whoa.
The
destroyed
bugs
them.
explode. They are threatening.
Oh jeez.
Explodey bugs.
Dude.
Oh,
Wow.
that's sad. Oh.
Yeah.
That's not sad. He was a stormtrooper. He
Yeah,
knew-
there it
Oh,
goes.
does that mean they're not people, Jacob?
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
That is correct.
That's fair.
Have you seen Star Wars Rebels? You can't kill anybody except
Okay,
the
well,
stormtrooper.
okay,
that
he's
tells me
getting-
that they're not people.
He's getting burnt up.
But he didn't. He only.
Did he
took-
just get health? Did he just get health back when he killed someone?
I don't think so.
He got a skill point when he
Okay,
killed someone.
he skill pointed. My apologies. I don't know.
Oh boy, this game's gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There was barely any signposting on. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all gonna look like those greats, and we'll get used to it by playing the game. But I'm like, oh boy, that is.
Yeah, no, I have. Basically, you have two options. A, have multiple paths, and the grades don't really matter.
They put
or-
bugs in him.
Oh god.
They put
But
bugs
yeah,
in the
no,
base.
I was just thinking that it's like it was not signposted very well at all that you could climb that.
Yeah, that was
like,
there was no light, there was no nothing, there was no Uncharted like white or red, like stripes, kind of like
It's alpha footage. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm
it'll
honestly-
all be fixed.
I don't want to use the word impressed.
All will
but
be
I am-
revealed in Kingdom
I am
Hearts
honestly
4.
surprised that they didn't say it was pre-alpha footage.
Yeah.
Because that's the popular thing these days.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't care about anything because I can find out at any time that this game is 5 hours long,
Yeah,
and I just don't care.
it's more of the bugs.
It won't be 5 hours long if you have skill points.
Oh man, the rat ghouls. That's
Whatever.
still my
If-
favorite
if
Star
they-
Wars creature.
If
Is
they
the rat
focus
ghoul.
on like the etymology of the worlds, then I'll be happy about that because that's what I like. That's why I like Monster Hunter so much.
I hope there's not too much planet hopping. I don't know. That gets boring to me. It's like when you don't spend any time in
Travis
any
Strike
one
Raid,
locale.
That's what it's called in Kingdom Hearts, when you
Gotcha.
throw the Keyblade around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when you don't spend enough time on any one world, it kind of gets boring. That's why.
Right, well, we are definitely fighting these bugs now.
Yeah.
They're not just cosmetic. They weren't just here to kill stormtroopers and die in a cutscene.
I think that's one of the main things I like about KOTOR is it always like it's like 6 worlds usually, 6 or 7, and it's like that's perfect because you usually spend at least 3 hours on each one, and the bigger ones you spend like 5 or so hours on, and it actually makes them feel like real places. you're just hopping around every hour in this game. I don't know. And it just feels like video game levels.
Yeah, we need to, like, the gameplay for this, there needs to be, like, a genre name for this type of gameplay, how it is in, like, God of War, where it's like,
Beat 'em up.
The first thing, no, because the first thing that comes to mind is, whoa, it's like Dark Souls. But no, it's like, that's just because that was the popular game that got big. Like, God of War and games like that have that style. The Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it's like this has gameplay similar to that.
I think it's a beat 'em up. I think that's the closest thing this would be.
Sense
Echo.
I'm gonna sense what happened to this stormtrooper. Activate Batman detective
What is this,
vision.
pillars?
Detective vision activated. Oh, there's a dead battle droid over there next to him. Did you see that?
Yeah. Okay, so it just gave you, like, you could hear, like, his last thing. He was like...
Investigating wildlife. This trooper was ambushed and killed by a washlock?
Oh, no!
Oh god, he's dead.
No, he's not. He's fine.
That's... Okay.
Like, I knew when I saw that guy, I was like, okay, so it's about to be a jump scare.
No, I mean, obviously, but I was just like, why did our character not die? when that
So
happened?
that was a parry riposte.
Yeah.
Something.
Gotcha.
Who knows? Oh, investigate the body, get the loot. No,
Oh.
scan the body and get the loot.
I'm sorry, there should be like
that would
reaction
crash
commands.
the demo.
There should be like reaction commands. I need to know what button I'm pressing for all these things.
We don't know anything about what's happening right now. We don't know if this is a really complex system where you have a lot of different
Or
moves,
very simple, yeah.
or if you're just pressing X a bunch.
And see, that's what I always want to know with games like this is if it's too complex or too simple or just for
One
good,
random
or good.
victory says action RPG. Like, yeah, I guess an action RPG is the closest definition we can get to that now. Wow.
Level what says Sora, Donald, and Goofy walk in towards the end, and we learn this is one of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 4. No, because Kingdom Hearts 4 won't happen until after Kingdom Hearts new switcheroo.
New Switch, yeah, because
Tetsuya Nomura
Merle
picks
will
the
be like,
hardware
this is a
first.
good piece of hardware.
He wants to make the game. He wants to make a game on Nintendo Switch. It'll be some kind of interval thing. You know what? I'm not going to spoil anything about Kingdom Hearts 3. No Kingdom Hearts 3 spoilers. Let me tell you exactly what is going to happen. Kingdom Hearts 3 is Final Fantasy 13. The next game on the Nintendo Switch will be Final Fantasy 13-2, and then Kingdom Hearts 4 will be Lightning Returns.
You're right. You're exact. That's actually a really good way of putting it.
They are gonna have to figure out a way to make these guys actually threatening in any way.
Well, they're hitting. They're not missing.
It's
most
because
of the time.
Natalie Hernandez pointed out it looks like they're all dying in one hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine one of two things is going to
Oh, that was cool. Did you see?
I saw,
Grab
yeah,
him
he
and
pulled
put
him
him
into the
into the
laser
blaster shot. That was kind of cool.
That was neat. I doubt it'll actually come up much in gameplay.
Here are two.
But it's cool.
Here are two ways that they will be threatening. Number one, we're taking less damage than normal for this demo.
Yeah.
And maybe playing on harder difficulty, blasters are pretty lethal. Number two, during this sequence where we're doing a massive attack on this facility, it's like whatever, we're going loud, use a lightsaber.
Yeah, I
During
hope
other
it's
parts of the
blaster for
game,
some things.
you aren't using the lightsaber
hand-to-hand.
because you're trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You
these
should be
guys are
punchy
actually
punch,
going to
yeah.
be, you're going to be
Because
fighting
I was
like
gonna say, it's like if you're only like if you can just hold the button down and just reflect shots to kill them back instantly, like that's no.
Like, yeah, this should be like, I wouldn't say end of the game, but this should be like mid-game stuff. Like
No,
beginning of the game, like hand-to-hand.
I imagine what's going to happen is for most of the game, you're going to try to be sneaky, secretive, and so
So-
you are just going to have like a stick.
So you have
That
they
might
have
be at the
two
end of
bars, so-
each. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's very reminiscent of the full like games that are out now, like Neo and whatnot, where it's like
Yeah.
you have the health and the stamina bar. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that's gonna have something to do with it.
I think the other thing, what I was gonna say is maybe you have like a big climactic, like actually like fight level at the end of each planet.
Maybe.
And there are like 4 planets or whatever, and at the end of each one you have a big action stage. That would make
Big
sense.
hits.
I look like that did a decent amount of
Yeah,
damage.
yeah, that did like a quarter bar, or like a, I don't know, fifth.
So yeah, top is actual health and then stamina or whatever the equivalent is.
Looks like you just have a block button.
But it looks like from earlier, he got that special attack on the spider, so it's probably if you block it, get a perfect block time.
Okay, he just used a blood vial.
Yeah, he
from
was using
Bloodborne.
Yeah, we saw
he was using that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, it's like the Dark Souls.
Hey Jacob, what's your favorite keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 3? Asked Ruby. Knight's the Kingdom Key, because all the other ones are lame.
Get freaking right.
And
I don't know if that's true. There were a couple of cool
in
ones.
Yeah, there were a
appearance-
couple of cool
Okay,
ones.
in appearance, yeah, but in actual use, there were some cool ones towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
It was, I'll say this, it was better than
If-
Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep. It set me up to
Okay,
expect
that-
with these things.
That Wookiee did not look very good.
That Wookiee didn't look great.
That
either.
looked kind of bad. Oh no, it's the droid from Rogue
From Rogue
One.
One.
Ha 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 ha! Remember how funny he was?
Yeet.
I mean, it makes sense. If we're, establishing its canon things that would be in these bases, then we're going to put that there. Whatever.
What?
It's a montage of other stuff now. That was the end of the demonstration, and now we're seeing a gameplay montage.
Whoa! It looks like all lightsaber all the time.
No, it was all part of that same mission, clearly. That was all the same environment.
Let's listen to how... No, we gotta listen to how repressed the clapping is. Okay, never mind, it's okay.
Yeah, those seats don't look comfortable at all.
Yes, that's what I wanted, the little boy.
Yeah, he's just a hype man.
Of course, I mean, that's
Yeah, no, I'm just saying...
I have a million questions.
Of course that's what he said.
Ultimate
He's
Key
just-
looks
I'm
pretty
just
cool,
saying he's
says
big.
Noruega. Yes, yes.
And he still has a script! He still has a script! He threw away the script in like this big thing, and then he just has the script on his phone, yes!
I think deliver, right?
Marie 316, thank you for the $5 donation. Just out of curiosity, when are y'all going to resume Kingdom Hearts playthrough with Joey? I've talked about this before. It's all been filmed. It just isn't all edited. Basically, the coded footage will continue as soon as I finished editing Dream Drop Distance in 0.2, and I'm a little bit more than halfway through Dream Drop Distance right now.
Agreed.
So you're probably going to start seeing that again at the end of the month. But we've already filmed everything. We're already all the way through Kingdom Hearts 3 at this point.
Everybody who bought their bots on the demo, but also the whole game. The whole game is coming together right now, so it's an amazing feeling. I'm just
Yeah, so back to Keyblades. Yeah, KH3, the Keyblades, like, their actual designs are pretty poor. Like, they're just ugly for the most part, but a lot of transformations look really good. One Random Victory brought up the Wheel of Fate. Like, yeah, that's a really good looking one. Really fun.
Epic Booboy points out, call it Star Wars Fallen Order. I agree, because Star Wars Jedi, then
It's too long,
well, no, it's like Star Wars Jedi isn't a brand name.
Or just Jedi Fallen Order. Just get rid of Star Wars altogether. People know what Jedi are.
I don't know. It's
like
a
in the
weird-
modern day.
What it is that this is going to be the first game in the Star Wars Jedi series that won't exist because EA is going to lose the license.
Oh man, Jake just texted me with a hot take. It says Star Wars looks like it may turn out to be an actual video game.
Yes. The
Only
combat,
time will tell.
I agree with, who was it that said it? One second. On Next Blade, who said, yeah, the combat looks a little It looks sloppy. I kind of agree.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, I need button prompts. I need to know what buttons I'm pressing to do each thing. Because sometimes he was locking on, sometimes he wasn't.
This might be playable at their event.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should probably do listen.
How you go in and use your tools to take them down. But it's not just lightsabers, it's the Force as well.
Sure. Well, that's part of this. You were talking to me last night about it, right? This thoughtful combat, and the idea that when I watched the demo initially,
They're talking about
my
it
thought
now,
was, oh, these are canned animations, right? I'm doing a force grab and stabbing the guy, and that's all. I hit R1 and that happened. That's not that way.
No, it's all freeform.
So like you can go back in and
What does that
replay things
mean?
and do it.
What does that mean? Yeah.
I missed it. What did they say?
He said it's not just one button to do a force
It's
grab
not.
and then
He's
kill
like, it's
him.
not pre-canned animations. It's all.
You could sit as bystander and just.
Is it all? Oh, dude, you gotta play with a Kinect.
But you're
You
not.
gotta.
And it's not any fun either. It's fun to watch.
It's like the JonTron video where him and Gerard, they're just going.
No, it's the lightsaber fight saber video that the Game
Aaron
Grumps did
did?
years ago.
We've got what we call force flip, which is essentially double jump, which that's something that makes sense in Star Wars. A Jedi actually doing a double jump.
Don't trust that EA will lie to you and try to make you think it's good, says One Random Victory.
Oh, we know, don't
We
worry.
know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying the combat looks a little sloppy, because you're not showing me the buttons. I need to know the buttons.
Grab the stormtrooper, force pull the stormtrooper, stab him. But when you force pull the stormtrooper and walked him into one bolt, that was pretty cool.
It was neat when he froze the bolt in place and then pulled him into it. That was neat.
Yeah.
You actually said it
I
I
hate to say this.
His laser shots look
you did it,
really
you
bad
delivered.
for some reason.
Yeah, no, I hate to be the one to say this,
Enemies
but
we are seeing.
I love how now they're using that whole slowing down the blaster bolt, which was like the one new force power introduced in the new trilogy, and now they're making that into a main mechanic.
Well, there are two.
and that's like the one new one.
There are several new Force things in the new trilogy. Most of them are subtle. What I was gonna say is, the thing.
The scout troopers.
5 minutes into The Force Awakens, seeing that in theaters, when Kylo Ren froze that shot in the air, I got legitimately incredibly excited and giddy. And the reason is because for pretty much ever since 1999, the Force has been just a list of video game powers.
yeah.
And when I saw someone do something new, I was like, oh.
Yeah, same.
Ooh.
No,
Oh,
same.
it's back.
I think I audibly was like, when that happened in Force Awakens, because I was like, this is cool. I was like, this is something new.
But now it's
But now it's
a
one of
video
the
game
Force
power.
powers.
Now it's
Yeah.
a video game. No,
That's
I mean,
what I'm
but it's
saying.
like it's funny that it's like I was in specifically, it's like, great, the Force isn't just a list of video game powers anymore, and now it's like, great, now all the new powers are just on the video game power list.
The KX.
And then making me fight.
Yeah, really watching the gameplay right there, it really does feel like Neo. Neo 2 is coming out, by the way. There was a very small like closed beta for that game. Apparently, I haven't watched gameplay for it, but
I don't think any was released publicly.
oh, okay. Well, sick because Neo was an excellent game.
There he is right there.
Never beat it. Game's hard.
Oh my gosh,
Whoa.
it's
Oh my
Robot.
It's BB-8.
He's adorable, as I'm sure you know.
The best friends were spent quite a bit of time talking about Neo and the Neo 2 beta on the no, they're not the best friends anymore. Wooly and
The
Tat,
Castle Super Beast.
the former mediocre co-workers, are the hosts of the Lords of Castle Super Beast, were talking about it on the podcast a week or two ago.
He's Cal's companion.
I like the look of this little robot better than BB-8.
Oh yeah, BB-8
that's-
was designed to sell toys.
He was, but I don't know. I kind of
This
like
one
this
is
little
like, no, this one is designed to be like a utility droid. It actually looks like it's a droid.
He looks neat.
It looks like Chibi Robo, but like more practical.
More practical Chibi Robo, yeah.
Inspired by BT, but the name,
He's cool.
Yeah.
ended up sticking.
Yeah.
So,
So the design was inspired by
really cool
BT
thing
a
about
little
toys
bit.
is he's,
BT?
his
From
voice-
from
Oh, really?
Titanfall 2.
Oh,
That's,
from
that's what they
Titanfall
just
2.
said. They just said it was
Okay,
inspired by
I
BT.
didn't. I'm not a Titanfall guy.
We
Sorry.
should
Hey.
listen to this a little bit,
Yeah,
probably.
you're right.
Oh
but
well.
he
I mean,
did
I'll listen to it again
back
later
doors,
anyway. But
computers, as we saw in there.
oh, he scanned it that time.
It's
Yeah.
BB69.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's the weed number.
I saw him shooting out health packs. Is
Yep.
that a canned animation after a fight? Is it a button I'm hitting?
It's player input.
Okay.
Really?
Hey, there's
Well, there's stuff we have to know.
Yeah, but they,
Come on.
But we saw the number go down and the health come out.
Yeah.
But it's worth. But it, you know, we need to know.
You're
They gotta
right.
fill.
I want to
30
know. No,
minutes.
no. I want to know what buttons I push in the video game.
I
I'm with
want
it.
to
Thank
know
you, Greg.
now.
This is a good
Without
question.
spoiling stuff
Sorry.
for me, what's going on in the story? Like, obviously, Cal, yeah, I thought he was going to be way weaker as a Jedi. You know, just tell me the whole story. What A to B, Stig, how's it go? What's the ending?
Well,
Actually, you know what? Stop. Full stop. I can't believe I've gone this long in the panel without asking. Is Watto in this game? But what's going on in the story outside of Watto should be in it?
Well, yeah, the story's a really big deal to us. We created this with Lucasfilm. We got to keep a really tight lip on it. So I
Thanks.
can't. I don't really
Great
want to
panel.
go
It's
into
over.
too
Everybody
far.
go home.
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, the
We
story's
gotta save
good.
it.
Okay. I know one of the things a lot of people have been asking, right? I put up stuff on Instagram saying, hey, give me questions. Community wanted to know. This is Star Wars canon, right? You said-
Totally canon.
Okay.
Totally
Oh
canon.
my gosh.
He's a real. Cal's a real character.
Yeah.
You saw stuff.
Why are people
I'm gonna
clapping?
be. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Who cares?
I gotta be honest with you. People are mad at Disney for ruining Star Wars or whatever. I'm glad they nuked the old EU.
Yeah. It's like
And
they
there's
don't.
I mean, people are complaining, especially after The Last Jedi. It's like clearly there's no plan, there's no sense of cohesion. But like all of the other stuff actually does have a plan and a sense of cohesion, and it actually feels like there are characters who persist through it now that aren't named Skywalker.
See, I wish that KOTOR and KOTOR 2 were canon. Like, maybe the movies will just make them canon again. But at the same time, it's like, them not being canon, the whole reason they were Knights of the Old Republic was so they didn't have to be...
Worry
like,
about the
They
canon.
didn't have to worry about the canon. It was so far beforehand, so I really don't care.
Because
It's like, that is the definition of a Star Wars story. It's more a Star Wars story than either of the freaking movies they release.
Remember that book that had Han Solo fighting a giant weasel?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is
That was
a Jedi.
cool.
It was the best
Well, that's the
one.
thing I
Remember
appreciate
that
the most, that you guys
Boba Fett has been brought in the old EU. Boba Fett was brought back to life on like 16 different occasions.
Yeah.
He's brought back to life in the Marvel comics in order to die immediately.
walls to run 'em.
He's brought
Nice.
back to life in different novels in different ways.
That's kind of like something that happened in
Thanks
JoJo's
for the
last
support.
night.
Shut your mouth.
The energy here is great.
yeah, it's fantastic.
We're
Fantastic.
Greg showing us
Thanks
some
for
stuff
coming out.
online. Like everyone's reaction is
Woo!
fantastic.
Ooh, yeah.
Amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
I don't know what they're clapping for.
The team, badass. Thank you guys.
Yeah, go team.
All your hard work.
I really hope that everyone in the front is just part of the team. I hope they're all just EA staffers.
There was a child
Uh,
though.
and
They probably
and
are.
they run a sweatshop. You know EA runs a sweatshop.
Stop it.
Vince, Steak, thank you so much for coming out. November 15th.
November 15th.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so 5 months.
Here at
I was
EA
right.
Play, the Respawn
After
team
I was
has
wrong.
brought even more gameplay for you to check out over in the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Theater.
You know, out
For
of
those of you at home,
we're all being
Is it the Star Wars
pessimistic.
Jedi Fallen Order Theater? Did they say it's
For those of you at
playable?
home,
Or just that you can
you will
see
stay
more of it?
tuned for Apex Legends.
Also, hasn't Apex
Yeah.
Legends, like, numbers plummeted over the
Yes.
last month or two or
Yes.
something?
Yeah.
My friends, so my normie friends were Fortnite players, right? And then they switched to Apex for like 3 weeks, and then they immediately switched to Siege. I'm not even joking. It was like, it was within a month.
So that means that Respawn is done, right?
Probably.
No, you will never get another Titanfall game.
No.
I mean,
And
they
if
still
this
probably
game
made
doesn't-
tons of money.
Didn't make enough money.
Ugh.
Oh, I can't wait for Star Wars!
Oh, Apex.
Oh
I know,
my
all
god.
all that being said,
I love Star Wars! Lightsabers! Store ATST!
Grand Moff Tarkin!
we're
I
being
saw,
very
I saw something
pessimistic.
that I knew what it was and I
But-
clamped.
But you know, Respawn, they can make some good games, so who knows? Maybe it'll turn out.
Sonic was a Jedi who fell in Order 66. It's in the EU. Look it up.
Yeah, Thomas says a
What?
Sonic in this one, I don't want it unless he is.
With gamers getting their hands on all kinds of exclusives. There's a lot to look
Oh,
forward
man.
to.
Gamers are getting their gamer hands on all sorts of gamer
Keep your
exclusives.
grubby gamer hands off my video games.
Apex Legends Season 2. We've got info on
Alpha
new weapons,
guy.
new battle pass, new mode, and a reveal of the 10th legend. Stay tuned because Apex Legends is
Ow,
It's like
you're
even-
hurting my brain, lady.
Even though Apex has lost a lot of its players, it's still popular enough
Yeah, it's
to be
still
making
popular.
the money.
They're not gonna talk about it.
I mean, that's just my personal side of it. Is that
I
I've seen people drop
I
off.
figured E3 is like, hey, we're gonna do Anthem. You know, we'll outline what the forecast is, but they're not gonna.
No, they
You know what else? You know what else I'm noticing about this?
What?
This structure. This is the devs and influencer celebrity host.
Yes.
Soderlund will not show his face. None of the other executives
You're
will show
right.
their faces.
Yeah.
They're so ashamed.
This is.
They are so
I was thinking
ashamed.
to myself, are they just gonna do this? Because like last year, they did the same show they always did, and I was like, this is after one of your
Soderlund
games.
is hiding in his like Fuhrer bunker right now.
Like last year, I couldn't believe that the show just started with yeah, woo, clap, because it was like you guys literally are about to go on stage and talk about your plans for Battlefront 2, a game that has now affected international law.
Yeah.
And you're still acting like everything is fine.
Yeah.
This year, they actually are responding, and none of the executives are showing up.
Because everyone hates those guys.
Ooh boy. Oh boy. Oh.
I hope that British guy with the beard shows up in Britain again. He's my favorite one. I think we're winning.
All right,
He's
guys.
my one.
Let's see. Let's see what guest character they add in Apex Legends.
Ooh.
You can play as BT.
You can play as Fortnite.
No, you can play as BT, but you're on a team by yourself.
You
Let's.
play as Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Hi.
What's going on, everybody?
It's man.
Which celebrity influencer are you? I don't recognize
I don't know.
you.
I didn't know any of the people who showed up.
At least Greg Miller only had to show for Star Wars.
Golden Boy FTW.
Okay, Golden Boy Menendez. It wasn't he the bad guy in Black Ops 2?
No, he's the bad guy in Death Stranding,
Oh.
along with Hot Cold Man
Oh yeah.
and Die Hard Man.
Hard man.
He's gold, man. He's gonna have to fight the homo
People
demons.
I was
of the
about to ask
people
if
of
he
the
was.
AMS.
I was about to ask
I
if
am
he was
Golden
aligned
Man.
with the homo demons or not.
Think about how Battlefield 5 will be getting more info, but not Anthem, says Oni Max Blade.
To the arena
Golden Boy.
and so much more. So let's jump out of this dropship, dive right into the hot zone. Take it
Yeah.
away.
Is this Reggie from last
Where are we
E3?
dropping, boys?
I can't wait to join all of you
You're
on the battlefield
bus
and
in
drop
Fortnite.
out of the battle bus in Fortnite.
And see, when Reggie says it, you know it's a joke.
I want Pat to run out of that audience with a bat, and he destroys that happy robot.
We're going to introduce you to our newest legend after the
For those who
show.
do not know, in the Best Friends
How much are
playthrough,
these people getting paid? I'm sorry.
not enough.
Yeah.
They might not even be professionals. They might be fans who are doing cosplay. We don't know. But the
quality.
Pat and Willie's playthrough of Titanfall 2 over on the Best Friends channel. Pat made it his mission to destroy all robots. All of the little friendly worker robots who aren't even a threat. He would just run up to them and punch them all.
Legends can compete.
They were not worth the ammunition they had
Wait,
to be
are they
exterminated.
explaining what Apex is?
Challenges
Probably.
No, this is the new event for Apex.
earn XP and battle pass boosts.
Oh, maybe they are
because,
just
no,
straight up
it's because
explaining.
all this stuff was relatively recently implemented. Special store event. Remember, like, the progression stuff wasn't implemented properly when the game launched?
Yeah.
So they're probably trying to tell people who left before all this stuff started getting updated, hey, look, it's a real video game now.
People are talking about Apex on Switch. I mean,
There's a training mode now.
that would be good if it happens, but I don't know. I feel like EA would have just let that slip. They would have just been like, who cares? It's on Switch, we guess.
Ooh.
Whoa, big gun.
Boom, headshot.
Legendary hunt challenges to earn rewards.
One random victory says drops into hot zone, whole squad dies in 30 seconds. Well, not an Anthem because the time to kill on a single character is something like 60 seconds. Sorry, Anthem 2.
Are you not a real gamer fan?
Time to kill in this game is like 60 seconds per, right?
Yes.
It's ridiculous,
It's
isn't
uber
it?
high. That's why my friends like it.
It's higher,
and then
right?
somehow they switched to Rainbow Six. They were annoyed
That was what I
with
was
Call of
saying.
Duty.
That was what I was saying. You were telling me that your friends don't play Call of Duty because the time to kill is too
low,
fast.
but then they started playing Rainbow Six.
I don't know, in Siege you get one headshot. Like, get a gun that
Yeah.
shoots fast and...
It kind of pissed
That's
me
the
off. I was
point.
like, why don't you play Blackout?
Is it
'Cause
they
the time to
they
kill's
don't
too low.
like Call of Duty because the time to kill is too
Oh,
fast.
too fast. Oh, then what the heck?
And
Yeah,
then
no,
they switched
exactly.
to Siege.
Yeah, like I tried to get some of them to play Blackout with me because a couple of them had it, and they were like, "No, the time to kill's too low." I was like, "What the frick is wrong?"
That is wild.
Joey, you're forgetting that we're dealing with a generation of babbies who would have their first Call of Duty games would have been like Black Ops 2.
It was
Oh,
Black
no.
Ops 2 for almost all my friends. It was disgusting.
So number one, they're getting into the bad games, and number two, it's no longer the big. They missed the Modern Warfare explosion.
Yeah, yeah.
Drop in as the legendary hunt won't
Man,
last
there,
forever.
yeah, time to kill is relatively, like, fast in games these days. Like, you don't get Halo much anymore. Like, Halo, time to kill was, like, if it was just a one-on-one fight, it was seconds. That's why I liked it. That's why I was okay at it.
The Fury Wraith asks the real question: where's Warhawk though?
It's in the
I'm
ground.
with ya. I'm with ya. Where's Warhawk?
Dude, Warhawk
though?
was great. I unironically love that game.
It's awesome to see the best duke it out.
Thomas Davis says, I've been playing Siege with my friends and it's the most unfun game I've ever played.
No, you're playing with the wrong people.
Season 1.
Game's great. If you're with the right squad.
You're betraying your Sonic compadre in the
I'm
chat.
sorry.
He was the one who was
I
defending.
know.
You just destroyed him.
No, I'm saying...
He's gonna fall to the dark
No,
side
look.
now.
Okay, let me
He's
put
a
it this
Sonic
way.
fan. He's already on the
So,
dark side.
You're right, my bad.
So I play, like, I haven't played Siege in a while because
No offense,
unless
Thomas.
I have 2 or more people to play with, like of my close friend group, I don't want to play because the game's miserable.
I do have the game and I need to get good at it, but as soon as you guys are kind of doing that again regularly, I want to hop in. I'll be terrible for the first like 5 hours.
Hey, don't worry,
but-
dude. I can sneak up on somebody and miss all my shots. Like,
Honestly,
I'm
I got
terrible.
that on PS4 because that's where you guys are, and I felt myself within like 5 minutes of playing like the operator missions to get acclimated. I was like, oh god, this is a PC game.
Oh yeah.
As we announced when we launched the game, we're taking a seasonal approach, so we're trying to cram as much into the launch of Season 2 as possible with some other stuff.
No,
along the
Siege is
way.
a hard game to get
What we can
into,
expect,
Thomas. We were
the
joking
launch
around.
is-
That's a you
Oh,
gotta
no,
you gotta
it
play with the right
absolutely-
team and you gotta get good.
Plus, there's a lot. It's one of those games where, kind of like a MOBA in the sense of, it's a hero shooter basically. It's like
we're also
when you're
changing
first starting out, there's a whole lot of like,
What
just
who should I play?
happened?
What
Oh,
happened?
it's-
How did I die to that?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you wait? It's like, what do you mean?
It's
Wait,
just every
why-
death feels unfair.
Can I not shoot through that
like
shield?
cases.
What do you-
Why am
what
I
do you
being
mean?
electrocuted?
What do you mean that guy shot me from a mile away through an inch-wide hole in a
window.
wall?
Yeah.
With his pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah, with this pistol.
So let's just go
Don't-
ahead.
It feels like every few updates, they're like, don't worry guys, we made spawn killing impossible now. And it's like, nope. Just first match, I get my head taken off. Like, immediately.
Oh man,
Is this a new character? No, this is not.
oh man, this
is,
looks like so much fun.
It's fine.
Yeah, I never played it. It's not that I think it's stupid. It's just I never played it.
Maybe this is a new gun or something.
They must be. They must be new guns.
Yeah,
The only thing I know about this game from recently is that they added in a patch where if you drop the Mozambique, your character like throws it on the ground angrily and says, "Get that crap out of here."
That's great.
It's pretty good. Boom.
Oh man, she's doing the Naruto run.
Oh my god.
And then she jumped like she's coming out of a portal and she's gonna get sniped coming out of the portal. Oh no, she's dead. Oh, she didn't die. Oh no, she did die. She's fine. What's the Battle Charge.
There you
Say
have
crap.
it. The All-Star, man. I remember getting
Now I've lost my
psyched
train of
by
thought.
this
I was gonna say
coming
something,
to
and I
fall,
forgot
too.
what it
So,
was.
Pretty excited to see
And
this
Thomas
make
Davis says, yes,
really,
every
really
death does feel
seems
unfair. That's the
really
perfect way to
powerful.
put it. That came from
So,
Overwatch
tell me
2,
more
which
about its
comparatively
place in the
feels a lot
entire,
more
whatever,
unfair.
Netflix.
Which
Yeah, so
compared to
All-Stars
Overwatch
2
feels
is
a lot more
coming.
unfair.
Launch
There's
season
a
2,
lot of
it's
a lot of
actually a
moments in
care
Siege
package
where it's just like,
weapon.
how did
It's
this,
so
how
OP.
could this be?
The problem is that
It's just
Siege is
amazing.
basically
But,
designed like a fighting game in terms of characters who are hard counters to one another.
Yeah.
But unlike a fighting game where you can see it happen on screen in front of you, you get hard countered from off screen.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how the game works, then and like what all the characters are, then it's like, how did that happen?
Yeah,
So
go
I
for
get
it.
the
So,
frustration
melees,
with that.
grenades, and now
Now the All-Star.
Wow. Okay, so that is pretty sizable.
Level
now,
what says playing
what
PC
other
games on
changes
console is
are
a
gonna be
Chad
to these
flex,
weapons?
okay?
I,
Don't
as a
undersell
gamer,
yourself.
I'm a huge fan of pop-ups. I'm all about Prowler.
It's only a Chad flex if you can afford a
That's my
PC.
jam.
Yeah.
What are you bringing me?
Yeah, so
That's
like
why I
mentioned,
play.
there's gonna be some
That's
meta
why.
changes to the weapons.
Man,
We're
my
trying to bring
laptop
up some
every
of the
time I turn it on, it's
weapons.
always like every time it
Yeah,
actually
there
turns
are
on, I'm
two
like, oh
pop-ups
man,
coming.
just
Not really gonna
one
say
more
what they
day,
are
we're
yet.
good.
You guys gotta wait for season 2, but there is a chance that maybe a memeable weapon named after an African country is usable.
Is usable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, the
All right,
Mozambique.
perhaps. I mean, that is.
We'll actually do
yet to be
something.
seen.
Whoopee.
We'll have to see if that's gonna be a reality. All right.
You know, a
also,
lot of people in that crowd are probably like,
with that
wait, what
L-Star
country?
Machine gun. We also have the Battle Pass, and
You know I'm right. You
No,
know I
I
am
know
right.
you're right. That's why I laughed.
What's different this time around for season 2?
Yeah, so we've been listening to community a lot. Season 1 didn't quite launch as well as we were hoping.
That's because EA forced you to launch it 5 months ahead of time.
Yeah, nobody was ready for it.
We had to launch it when it wasn't finished to try and detract from the fact that Anthem was a giant turd.
We've taken this learning and put it into season 2.
What game?
It's called. I think it was called Songbird.
Oh, okay.
It's called Beyond, actually. You know that the name of the game was changed a week before E3 2017.
Wait,
right?
really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, yeah.
It was called
It was Beyond before.
I was like Onward or Beyond or something like that, and they couldn't secure the rights as they changed it to Anthem at the last second.
We're also getting rid of all the badges and stat
Thomas Davis says Overwatch only feels unfair when the characters you play aren't meta, which right now most are, so the game is in a good place.
Don't worry, man. Overwatch 2?
Oh,
Overwatch 2 will fix it all.
I played Overwatch recently just because. I was like, this game's fine. I wasn't having a lot of fun with it, but I played ranked and got platinum in it.
All I can see in my head at the leak that Overwatch 2 might be coming is it's just Gmod TF2. Woohoo! Yeah, like that game's still going. It still exists. It still works.
TF2 wins in the
TF2
end.
is still the game that it was. Well, it's been modified a lot, but like TF2 will never get a sequel, and it will continue to be good, and it will continue to have a player base.
So we have 2 characters.
Jake R says Maple Story.
Maple Story has to be the game to kill my
Yes.
PC. No, you don't understand. It's because like my laptop right now is bad, but back in the day I had another laptop, and Maple Story is a game that should not be hard to run, but oh my god, like the I don't know computer stuff, but that game runs like a hot turd. It's awful.
Man, look at these
and it's so
rhino
big.
guns.
And I remember because it's a 2D. It's a side scroller
yes, it's a
MMO.
side
But I
scroller.
remember getting locked into a town where you had the platform to get out, but the FPS was actually a frame every 4 seconds. So it was like I was viewing pictures, and I was having to. It took me an hour and a half to get out of this one village because I was constantly trying to jump and pick up a vine that I couldn't see. Oh man, fun stuff.
Thomas Davis says Overwatch 2 better bring over all the skins I got in the first one, or else I'm gonna be pissed.
You know they won't, baby.
People are gonna be because like Overwatch was sold as a forever game, like TF2, and if it's not.
Oh, dance! It is the forbidden dance!
Oh, man.
Dancing! It is the forbidden dance!
Man, they need to at least carry over the skins that you pay real money for, because those came out, by the way. Like, where it's like, yeah, here's some skins that aren't in loot boxes. You have to pay us like $10 for them.
The EA conference is a big bowl of nothing. This open room in the LA Heat.
Says Epic Blue Boy.
Dude, I kind of hope there are like some people out here with sweat stains by the end of it. That'd be hilarious.
because we're trying to find the best.
It's like, oh yeah, we weren't in that convention center this
I'm
year
sure they're
because we
probably-
got kicked
They're
out.
probably saying things that we could listen to and like be like, this is information, but we're just not paying attention.
Well, it's
Well, they haven't shown the games. They've shown 2 games that we already have known
Well, it's
about.
like, here's the
E3 is
thing.
about gamers.
It's
And
pretty-
it's
No,
about the
but here's
gamers.
the thing, though. I am actually very invested in both Apex Legends and Jedi Fallen Order, not because I'm gonna play either of them,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
because like I care about what they're saying here because I want to know if they're gonna get those people back who bled off of Apex by
Yes.
going, you like this game and now it's more feature rich. Because if they can get those people back, then maybe Titanfall 3 isn't dead, but it probably is.
Wait, what? Do you say Titanfall 3 isn't dead? Because it is dead.
No, I said maybe. I said maybe
Oh,
if
maybe.
Apex can get its numbers back, then maybe it won't be dead.
But it is.
But it is.
That might change when the new season drops. That's right, because Jay, give the people what they want. We want to know who is the 10th legend joining the arena. What do you
Oh, it's gonna be.
My pleasure, Golden Boy.
Stop, Josh.
Sorry, I need to know who the
The 10th legend joining the Apex Legends arena is Watson.
Who?
Watson.
Okay.
Great.
Everyone's
That's
like,
not a boss from Titanfall 2, is it?
Put together this touching illustrated.
No, so it's just some person they've made up. So what do I care?
yeah, why'd they say the name before showing them?
What, like, yeah, hype
Watson!
me up.
Yay!
Let's see.
Yeah.
You cracked the
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying the presentation was weird. Like if they'd
Yeah,
said,
yeah, no.
if they'd said
Okay, let's listen.
one of the
Let's
bosses.
listen.
from
We know it was
Titanfall 2.
weird. It's fine. We'll listen.
And I couldn't be happier or prouder of that. I always knew you were special, but never did I fathom that the little girl who taught her staffed Nazi multiplication tables would grow up to master quantum laser mechanics. I have assured
She
the
uses
Syndicate
lasers.
that the modified containment force field will be operational in a month's time, and it's all thanks to you.
Also, the warhead is invisible and it
It
shoots
shoots lasers! I was thinking the exact same thing. What?
Why would you design it like that, Otacon?
It's a character flaw.
It's stupid.
I do see you. I see the strong, brilliant, wonderful young woman you've become. And
Why
I
are they-
know the day
Can we get to the
Is there story to Apex? Why are they doing this like this?
Because Overwatch does this.
Absolutely.
Yes, but it has comics.
will be brilliant.
It has comics and big cutscenes.
My daughter,
She's got a big jacket.
I'm gonna be real with you. This is also could be them trying to create backwards interest into the world of Titanfall because they just want to make Titanfall 3, damn it.
Papa.
I want them to make Titanfall 3, damn it.
She looks like Mega Man.
She does look like Mega Man. Mega Man. He's up on the effing roof. He's Mega Man.
Where's Dr.
He'll save the
Wally?
effing day.
Dr.
8
Wowie.
more Robot Masters. Mega Man is stronger, faster.
3 gentlemen who brought her to life. Griffin, Will,
Okay,
and
cool.
Tom.
What'd she do?
What's your what?
What's she do?
Wow. So that
What
was
does she
just-
do?
She does lightning
Chat,
laser
man,
stuff,
'cause that
maybe.
that was the feels right there. Hit me right.
That was some. What the frick? Okay, that was the first maybe cringe. If you
What did they say?
He did
Said it
that.
hits me right in the
He was like,
feels.
that was some feels right there, man. I felt something right
To be
here.
fair, I didn't hear half of what they said during that, but that's fine.
This is the Apex cinematic universe. He's right.
No, Crossburn! Good, you're so stupid!
What?
This is an entry in the Titanfall cinematic universe.
Absolutely.
God!
This really methodical.
You don't understand!
Taking really
The Apex Legends are
Okay, wait,
based
let's
on
see.
the Apex Predator
So-
mercenaries from Titanfall 2!
the sort of the defensive
No.
So
complexity.
what is
Shut
it?
up, shut
Is
up.
she- Are these
She's
like?
making
What's a
trip mines.
Titanfall? What-
Oh, okay.
What's a Titanfall?
Oh, she makes an electrical grid fence that you can't, that only your teammates can get through.
You
That's
can
cool.
survive the really aggressive third-party meta, all of that stuff.
That's interesting. So it's not a
Yeah.
projectile protection, but it can create protection from
Yeah,
people
that's cool.
pushing. You can make sure people don't push on you from a certain direction.
Yeah, it's a really good defensive. I'm sure they can shoot. They can shoot it.
And they can
but-
also probably go over it if they have anything to platform off of.
But all the same,
But
it's
still, it's
useful.
really helpful.
No,
yeah.
it's neat. Yeah. it's-
Especially if like you have one
It's
like
area
your back to a
lockdown.
cliff face. Yeah.
Meta of
No, that's a good ability.
Yeah.
As far as I can, with Bangalore, Wraith, Octane.
I'm still just surprised they're only putting one person in for this season. Like I thought they would come out with like 3 new ones. Like Rainbow Six has like 80 operators now.
Well, Rainbow Six has been out for like 5 years now.
And but
Oh,
they
whoa.
announced.
Is that a turret? Oh, it's a. Oh, okay.
Something.
I'm just saying
It's a barrier.
they've been sitting on this for 4 months and they only came up with one dude.
for that support.
Yeah.
Crossburn. Who is this Titanfall?
Listen, well, the thing you also have to remember that it's like, you know, in Siege, like all they really have to worry about doing is potential balance changes, maybe a map, and then 2 operators like for the season. It's like in this, they've been having to reverse engineer, make the game good. So it's like,
I mean, the game was good.
The game was good.
They had to
fix
finish.
the game.
That's
Yeah.
Thomas Davis makes a good point. Nobody's going to set that up in a firefight. You're correct. But it's not for setting up in a firefight. It's for setting up a defensive position.
It's whenever you're about to hole up because you're in the middle of the circle.
Yeah, it's not. That is not an act. That's not something you set up in the middle of everything. It's not a Halo 3 bubble shield.
I thought this man's microphone was coming out of his earring.
Oh,
I was like, this is the most
the
awesome.
same shade as his microphone.
That's a cool design. She's got the electric burn on her face.
Yeah, from the lightning.
Yeah.
Those lightning scars are awesome.
Dude, those are sick.
Have you ever lightning scars are cool. Have you ever seen what happens when lightning strikes a beach?
No,
because it instantly superheats the
glass?
sand and turns it to glass.
Yeah.
So you have basically like about 5 feet off the ground. You have this weird it looks like sand coral, basically of where the impact happens, and the sand gets thrown up and then locked in place.
Lightning is cool, guys.
Don't get hit by it though.
Go outside with a giant.
Lightning is my favorite Final Fantasy character.
If you want a really cool tattoo but you can't afford one, just hold some metal and go outside in a lightning storm. And if you survive, you'll have a really cool scar.
3D. So yeah, it's all functional.
Jake says, man, EA has to be the most pathetic company in gaming. Like they are a worm that crawled out on the sidewalk during a rainstorm and they are squirming, hoping to reach the dirt.
It all goes back to the lightning. It all goes back.
A vivid image, Jake.
Man, I wish we could go back to the days when people believed that worms fell from the sky when it rained.
Oh yeah.
I miss those days.
Spontaneous. What was it? It's that theory.
Spontaneous worm combustion.
Yes.
Where were you going with that?
No, it's like spontaneous generation. It was like the scientific theory in the 1800s.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. It was
worms
like
fell from the ground.
Yeah, it was like
sky.
flies came out of poop, and like stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
That's how they thought stuff happened.
What's he doing?
He's mocapping.
Oh yes, yeah, he's doing mocap.
Oh,
okay. Or he was doing direction for he was either doing mocap or he was giving reference footage for animators.
I don't want to admit that I said that as a joke.
What did you say?
That he's mocapping. I said it as a joke because he was just moving around his hands all day.
No, this is that he was either doing mocap, but he wasn't on a stage. So what he's probably doing was reference video for the animators.
The arena itself?
Yes, so Watson and her father actually invented the ring.
Epic Blue Boy in response to Jake's comment says, "Can I like a comment in live chat YouTube?" I don't think so, unfortunately.
They were building it, and we're going to start to. You're going to see with Watson and moving forward, we're going to start to build.
They're almost done with this, right? They only got 10 minutes left of this.
Who knows?
I want to go.
The fact of the matter is, we're not staying for this whole show because it's going to cut into FF9 time, and who cares?
Well, the last stuff is FIFA and Madden.
No, Sims 4 is the
Sims
last.
4.
Look, here's the thing. We didn't know how long this was going to be or what structure
We just
this was going
assumed it was
to
going to be like.
We assumed it was going to be a normal show. EA does not have our attention.
It's like not only like it's extended and they're still not going to touch on Anthem, the game which will not be mentioned.
The fact that it's not here means it's done.
Yeah, it actually is dead.
Like the rescue operations are over.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's gonna get that Cataclysm event.
That's it.
And that's it. It's gonna be done.
Yeah.
And BioWare's gonna shut down.
Yep. No. Well,
yes.
BioWare is going to shut down. But
Except for the 5 people making Dragon Age.
Yeah, the Skeleton Crew is going to make Dragon Age.
At like 80.
They're not going to talk
20% of the budget.
They're not going to talk about Dragon Age at all. In this,
When EA bought freaking BioWare and they had the Star Wars license, why didn't they make Coach War 3? Are they that stupid? I'm not saying that as a Coach War fan. I'm saying that as a business person. It's like, are you really that stupid?
Well, probably Lucasfilm.
People have been asking for more Star Wars RPGs since like 2005.
Lucasfilm said we're trying to build a new canon. We want everything to be canon. We don't know if we want to do Old Republic canon or not. That's what happened.
Well, then when people ask is it canon, then just make it not canon until you review
No,
it.
but the point is that they want everything to be canon now because they're trying to establish a new EU. I'm just telling you what happened.
Yeah.
Just telling you what happened. I've been saying for years, and this isn't even a new Lucasfilm thing because this applies to old Lucasfilm and LucasArts too. Screw canon. The Force Unleashed should have been a Fury-style time-traveling boss rush.
Yes.
There should have been no plot. Starkiller should have been a Sith from a built like 5,000 years in the future, and he gets a time machine, and it's like I have to. He's like Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm just gonna beat everybody.
Yeah.
I'm the ultimate life form, and I'm gonna beat everybody. And you just time travel. You kill Revan. You kill Luke. You kill Vader. You kill Obi-Wan. And just everything.
You just Punisher, right?
Yeah, it's just you just time travel through 20 like greatest hits boss fights. You kill Darth Maul, then you kill Obi-Wan. That's what the Force Unleashed showed.
Yeah, so this thing is just a barrier. Like it even stops that. What's his name? Ultimate. Oh man, Gibraltar.
Yeah, I think there's one called
Gibraltar. He had.
I don't know anything about this game.
That's fine. I like it better. I like playing it better than Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's better than Fortnite from what I can see.
These are good support options.
Yeah.
This will do a good job of diversifying playstyles and making buildings more defensible and making the game more interesting to play.
If anything, this ult might be a little too strong, but whatever. Who cares?
I don't know. I think that.
Well, in the sense of it's like if it can even stop that, like you're virtually invincible in it.
But
they're also talking about it, and they're probably saying why it's not.
There's gonna be a hard counter.
Maybe.
We don't know what, but there's going to be a character with an ability that hard counters that.
Perhaps.
We did it, people. Finally, because everyone's like really mean to me if I don't like use the old 6L. It's not fair. Oh wow. So that is.
So they just said they changed stuff about how ults are used, that you can't miss them or something. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah. So if any enemies cross through the fences, it pings your entire squad. So there's a situational awareness element to them as well.
Wow.
So if you know, so this is why she grew up in the arena. If you know where all the choke points, the entrances, the exits are, you can set up fences there, and you'll know exactly when an enemy crosses.
So those fences aren't necessarily hard walls. They probably do light damage, and they let you know when someone comes through.
No one cheered for that. Feels bad, man. Maybe there's like a little synergy there that can be created. There's a lot that can be done with these fences and being able to block off certain chokes.
Yeah, I think it's really the big sort of the ceiling is how creative.
Jake R suggests Dragon Age will be at Microsoft's panel. I'm sure. Yeah, I don't think so.
I hope. If they still have 2 years left on that, it's gonna be bad.
I mean,
BioWare won't make it.
As of 6 months ago, Dragon Age was still 10 guys in a room.
Yeah.
I genuinely think Dragon Age will come out. I think they will.
I think it'll come out, but I don't think BioWare will finish it.
I think a game called Dragon Age 4 will come out, or whatever it's going to be called.
In 2027?
But I genuinely hope for the fans. Like, I'm afraid it's going to be a game that comes out, and the fans are going to be like, well, I wish they would have just never come out with anything.
This is also an option.
Like, I feel like it'll be worse than Andromeda.
Or Andromeda, yeah.
Like, worse than when it came out. Man, I hope BioWare does one last thing that I like and just re-releases the trilogy with all DLC.
They create really cool.
Yeah,
the Mass Effect trilogy. Yeah.
Does Mass Effect trilogy on like PS3 and Xbox 360 have all DLC?
No,
or not? It doesn't. No, of course not.
Why would it?
Why would it? Of course, why would it?
You guys excited, Watson?
You guys excited, Watson? That sums up the I'm sorry. That sums up the E3 conference for these guys.
But where's Sherlock? That's the hard counter for Watson. There's gonna be another class named Sherlock.
You're right.
The new battle pass season 2.
Or that, or there's gonna be a legendary skin for Watson.
No, I love how they spelled Watson, not like Watson, but like the Pokemon trainer Watson. That's W-A-T-T.
Punch.
There's
because
a Pokemon trainer named Watson?
Yeah,
Which one's
and
Watson?
Ruby. Ruby and Sapphire is the electric type gym. I'm not even a big Pokemon guy. It's like one of the few I've looked
looks
at.
cool, guys. New
legendaries look dumb.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that. I think I like the idea of dog with sword because I like dogs with swords.
Dog with sword is cool.
I like the dog with sword in Dark Souls. I like the dog with sword in Persona 3.
Dog with shield looks dumb.
Epic Blue Boy says, y'all are forgetting Sony is going to crash the party. No, they're not. Sony isn't here this year.
Yeah, Sony is not going to be here.
Sony has no presence this year because they have nothing to show.
But let's just say this. We got perhaps a couple of big things coming into Kings Canyon at the start of Season 2.
Okay.
So
some modifications to the map, I guess. Is that what the name of the map is? Canyon something?
After we're done with
Who
this,
knows?
are you like gonna
Fortnite does that all the time.
Yeah, I know.
There's no way I can tell you. Sorry.
Blackout does it too, but they're pretty tasteful.
Here, man. This is not
Yeah.
fair. Well, Drew,
Blackout doesn't actually change the layout.
Yeah,
of
when it just like when the dam blew up.
Well, basically basically in Blackout, it's like they've added a couple of maps in underpopulated parts of the map, which is cool. And then the most recent thing is they blew up the dam, which all that did was basically made some areas traversable by boat, and it made the dam a more complex area because you can go under what used to be underwater into the turbines.
Right now, so jump into the legendary hunt event and start
Yeah, no, Pokemon, it's like, I don't like the design of the legendaries. I just think it's kind of weak, and I really don't like the color scheme either.
I feel like
everything else seems fine. All the new Pokemon seem fine.
I don't know why they look.
The world looks good.
Like they both have the same color scheme almost.
Yeah.
Like one should be red, one should be blue, right? Kind of.
But I will say,
at least to an extent,
they look better in game than they do in their sprite model.
Yes.
But whatever.
That's fine. No, they don't look like crap.
It's
I'm
like
just
that's
saying I don't like the way they look.
Yeah. It's like that's not really a complaint. The game still looks like it's gonna be very fun.
Legendaries for me anyway with Pokemon, they barely matter. It's just what the box looks like.
Well, for me, it's the legendary is usually like, oh well, this is the one. Like it determines which game I'm gonna get.
Yeah, and then I'll probably get Sword.
Yeah.
So Omnax, here's the deal with Sony, especially with he said it's weird that they're not here, especially with the PS5 hype kind of buzzing. You know, well, first of all,
they're gonna do their own thing.
Don't expect PS5 until either very late next year or early 2021. The other thing is that their only real games that they have coming up are things that you've already seen. It's Death Stranding, which had its own big blowout trailer and release date a week ago. The Last of Us 2,
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Because FF7 Remake is not Sony exclusive and will be at Square Show.
And will be on PS5 for sure.
Yes, it was a is a PS5 game. It's not a PS4 game anymore.
No.
But the other thing is that the latest from Jason Schreier of Kotaku.com, who's generally pretty reliable with this stuff, is that Last of Us 2 was slated for late 2019, but has been pushed to early 2020.
Makes sense.
And we will also be seeing Tsushima sometime in 2020, if I remember correctly.
I'm really interested in Tsushima. I really want that game.
Yeah, it looks neat.
It looks.
That's
yeah.
right. You
it looks
just saw
neat.
a ton of new info on Apex Legends
Whoa.
Season 2.
Wow.
Battle Pass. First details on ranked mode.
So,
and the official
I have not been keeping up with
So is this
Battlefield
time?
at all.
I feel like Battlefield 5 is more sleepy time than EA.
Battlefield,
than FIFA.
Battlefield 5 came out, yeah.
Yeah, it came out.
So why is this?
I heard nothing about
so
it.
So why is this not about Battlefield 6?
Because
Come on,
more
guys.
content.
Why is this not Battlefield 1, 2?
Do not ask questions. Do not ask questions. Consume product and anticipate next product.
Eat product. Eat the slop before the slaughter, you fat cows.
I think that the Battle Royale mode was supposed to come out in like March of this year, and it didn't.
So, that's what they're doing the blowout on.
Probably.
And
I
now
don't
that
know.
we've shown
Maybe it did come out.
Now that we've shown you our one Battle Royale mode, here's a worse one.
Now we have your Battle Royale game. Now here's the Battle Royale mode.
That's worse.
Or it's also like they do new campaigns in this. Like they've been updating it with more campaigns.
Yeah.
So
might be
they're really short campaigns. The Battlefield 1 style campaigns.
Okay.
Where each of them is like 2-3 hours.
Which is I like that.
So they're probably gonna announce a new campaign, a new war story.
But
they're gonna show off a new map, and they're gonna show Battle Royale.
Isn't where the money is, says EA.
Yeah, I know that.
Max Blade says, "What do you think Pokemon should do instead?" And I don't think we're really saying that Pokemon is bad because the legendaries are a little bit over-designed.
That was the only thing that I had any qualms with was I didn't think any of the legendaries were appealing. It's like,
I think Pokemon should invest in anti-aliasing.
That too.
Yeah.
Definitely. That was like the one thing about that trailer that just looked like actually bad. It was just the aliasing was. Ugh.
But we are going to be staring down a situation for the next couple of years
where they don't know how
Nintendo
to make
developers who have been doing Nintendo 3DS stuff for years are getting moved to Switch, and they're not ready for that level of fidelity.
It's going to happen with Fire Emblem and Pokemon, the worst of anyone. That's why all the models in Three Houses just look a little bit off.
It's also why it's set in a school because it's a small central hub that you can explore. We don't have to. It's not a roaming camp like we had previously, so we don't have to model multiple locations for throughout the game.
I can't decide if I love her outfit or hate her outfit, in the sense of like ironic loving it because it's just hideous.
Oh no! I think it's not ironic. I don't think it goes that far.
I love that at the top it looks like it's some kind of dress, and then it goes down and it's pants. That's my favorite thing about it. Is it subverts your expectations.
I know you guys fan too, and you're gonna love what we've got.
It looks like a really crappy bonus camo in Metal Gear 3.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
Metal Gear Solid.
Say it right.
Excuse me.
Metal Gear
there is
3
no such
is
game as Metal Gear 3.
It's Metal Gear Solid.
No, it's shut up.
Idiot.
I'm gonna come over
You're
there.
not a real fan.
I'm gonna come over there and kick your ass.
You haven't played the MSX game. Neither have I, but I mean.
Rain Hippie says, why is Battlefield 5 still a thing? That's a good question.
No one knows.
That's a good question,
No
Mega
one
Man.
knows.
No one knows that I'm doing it.
No one.
I have hacked into the most secret government and corporate secrets.
Now the next hour and a half of this stream is about to become like a fever dream where we're just sitting here losing our minds.
We're just gonna start quoting Neil Breen.
And by the end, it's gonna be legit.
We could just pop open a Neil Breen film and watch that instead of this. Watch it alongside it.
I miss my brother.
Wait, why are there telescopic sights?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, dude?
This is World War II.
I wonder if.
Oh my God! It looks so bad.
I wonder if you can get new sights with the loot boxes like you can
How do
in
you
Call of Duty.
How can you screw up a World War II shooter? They've been doing them since the dawn of humanity.
Listen, you're just biased.
Yes,
Okay.
you're right. I'm
Now,
biased towards
Metacritic,
World War
Metacritic
II.
doesn't mean anything because with these games, it's all like they'll review well and then fans will decide if they hate them or not. But I'm gonna look up the Metacritic for 5 out of. The Metacritic is 81 Metascore and 2.8 user score.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not the only one. Thank God.
Yikes, that's rough.
Because all I saw was a few screenshots and 5 seconds of gameplay, and I'm already like, this is garbage. Whew, this looks like actual garbage. Why is there a telescopic sight on a Thompson?
That's fine.
Oh my God.
Listen.
Kill me.
You weren't in World War II. You don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
You got me there.
You got
fam.
me.
They need to stop milking World War II. Well, people stopped milking it for a while, and I guess they're back to it.
Just play Day of Infamy.
They need to do World War II in more locations.
Yeah, it's like that's why they're trying to do Crete now,
there are-
but they're not
there
even
are-
doing Crete right.
There are a billion places where World War II was fought, and every World War II video game has been about 3 of them.
Has been about France, Russia, and
Has there been
sometimes Japan.
Has there been a single game about the British retreat in Asia?
No, none in Burma. None in let's come up with some other locations. Most of the Pacific hasn't been done.
Have I ever played as an Australian soldier?
No.
In World War II?
Have you ever played? Yeah, New Guinea definitely. Let's see, Italy. The entirety of Italy has been ignored.
No. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say
North Africa's been done.
I was about to say Italy hasn't been ignored, but then I remembered that was Battlefield 1, which was World War I.
Yeah, Italy's been completely ignored. Let's see. Most of the Russian campaign has been ignored. Most games, it's just the end and Stalingrad.
They zoomed out right there, and I could have sworn that the most of the crowd that it was showing were on their phones.
Yeah. And Crete, they're doing it wrong because Crete was like the Germans just para-dropped in with like almost no equipment and just steamrolled the British.
This is gonna sound weird, so let me finish the thought. When do I get to play as a German officer? Specifically, the arc of, man, this Russia thing is easy, to, oh God, I don't have any food. Oh, I've been in Stalingrad and my fingers are falling off.
See, the way you do that is like the way you make it more morally ambiguous is you play as like a Romanian soldier or a Hungarian soldier, one of the ones that was just kind of strong-armed by Hitler into joining the war, and then you play as one of them in Stalingrad because that actually was terrifying.
Yeah, dude, do that. That way you can unironically say your game's edgy, like the new Call of Duty.
But like the because like
that's gonna show up at the Xbox conference.
There are stories there are like stories from Stalingrad where there'll be just like entire companies of like those troops like the Romanians, the Italians, and the Hungarians where they'll just surrender like the second they come under fire because they're like, we're freezing to death and we don't want to be here. We're here because our government forced us to be, because otherwise we were going to get annexed.
The Germans didn't want to be there either.
Well, yeah.
I'm
But
saying-
they wanted Lebensraum.
No. I'm saying that the troops, once they were in there, it's like the only reason they were still fighting was because Hitler was calling them every day and saying, "You do not give up an inch." And it's like, what are you talking about, old man?
What are we doing?
This is a new
This
this is a
armored
new
car,
Battlefield.
though.
I haven't, like, we've been talking this whole time.
What the-
I've been watching, but I haven't learned anything about what they're trying to portrayed. It just looks like Battlefield.
Well, let's listen then. Let's watch and listen.
All-out multiplayer action. On this open
sound effect.
It's up to you to shape the fight. With large distances, vehicle-based team play, and battles across ranges, you'll always have plenty of choices. Make good use of this sandbox to secure the win.
So I guess this is a new map.
Mounted guns, planes,
Maybe it's a new map and a new game mode specifically for the new map.
strategic airfield to dominate the sky, or engage in fast-paced infantry battles in tight interior areas. Al Sundan is classic Battlefield.
Yeah, so it's a new map. It's North Africa.
We're trying to say, do you remember Battlefield from the old days?
Do you remember when you liked Battlefield?
Do you remember old Battlefield? It's like that.
Hey guys, just remake Bad Company 2.
That's amazing.
Or make Bad Company 3. And the fans will immediately start going nuts.
Yeah, would love to see German naval invasion missions from World War I. Yeah, that would be cool. Like they do one in a submarine that's like a survival horror thing.
Rain Hippie makes a hot take that I must destroy.
No.
Sorry, Rain Hippie, you're about to be the subject of some ire here. Rain Hippie says, "Can we just hashtag cancel all of the historical shooter bullcrap games and actually make interesting shooters?" History is so interesting. The fact that we keep seeing the same history over, the fact that we've stormed Omaha Beach over and over and over again in video games is the fault of the people making the games, not the fault of history.
Why have we ever done Market Garden?
I don't think we've ever done.
I don't think we've ever done Market Garden. Why haven't we done Arnhem? Like we always do like these. Whenever you play as Americans or British guys, you always play victories. Like 99% of the time.
Because, Joshua,
and it pisses me off.
Because the entire thing, the entire industry, the starting point of what do we make is what do people know, and they've seen the Battle of the Bulge. What's that movie? What's the movie? Is it just called the Battle of the Bulge? What's the classic?
That's the movie, yeah.
Yeah, the film.
And that film was terrible.
They've seen that.
It's in a desert.
They've seen that.
Maybe.
And they've seen Saving Private Ryan.
They've seen maybe The Longest Day, or like something old like that. A Bridge Too Far, maybe.
Maybe they've seen like Dirty Dozen.
Yeah.
These are the points where we start from, and that's what we have to make.
Yeah.
Call of Duty was different for like the first two games. Because they framed it very differently and they approached it from a different perspective, and they did do a diverse selection of different campaigns, different perspectives, different locations. And if they'd kept up with that attitude, then we would have had some really interesting games eventually. But then Infinity Ward made the wise decision to do Modern Warfare to shake it up, and then World War II was dead for 10 years, and now we're back to the greatest hits playbook.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done World War II
one
games
that
in 10
I think
years.
I always want, and when they did Battlefield 1, one that I really wanted that no one ever talks about is there was like this one. There was like this. It was like 1,000 guys down in like German East Africa that were like by themselves and they had no support, and they lasted for like 4 years, even though the British had like 20,000 people in the area, and that would have been a really cool story. They were basically it was like subsistence. They were just going around and barely carving out a living in the jungles, and like it was hit and run tactics. It was very cool to read about anyway.
So yeah, but listen, you've been talking about cool stuff, so let's get back to Battlefield 5.
You're right, my bad.
Bobcat, can I just have a war game where I play as the Nazis and lose? That's what I was talking about a second ago with. I would love to do a campaign that starts with like look at how good we're doing in Russia.
Yeah, we just march through Poland, let's kill them all, and then it goes to you're getting murdered.
Oh no.
What?
No.
Yes. Oh, it is. Oh, no.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. No, it's.
I thought you were reacting to her outfit.
But no, but yeah, it's like you need to make.
Oh God, those boots. Oh.
You make a commentary on how disgusting they were, and then how much they got just completely destroyed at the end. It was great.
But you also get the opportunity to do this. Obviously, you're not playing as like an SS guy.
Yeah.
You're playing as just some enlisted person, and you get to see where they're coming from, how they've been tricked essentially, and how the whole illusion crumbles and they realize what's actually going on.
Yeah. I think that's one of my favorite parts of the documentary series, The World at War, which is one of the most famous documentaries on World War II ever. There's a lot of the part about Stalingrad that's dedicated to a couple of guys writing letters and journal entries where they're just like, oh, we just spent 2 weeks trying to take this elevator shaft. And then we opened it up after we finally took it, and there were only like 7 Russians in there. and there are 15,000 more
there's this whole
shafts like
thing
that
where
in the city.
they were trying to get into like some like production silo, and there were troops like in the tower with machine gun emplacements and snipers who were stopping them from getting in there. So they're just shooting at this thing and bombarding it, trying to get in.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, after a week, the guy just writes, okay, it's been a week, but we got inside, we searched the building. We only found 12 bodies.
Oh,
and it took us 2 weeks.
One sec, I'm gonna explain. I gotta make my point clear. That was World War I Germans in Central Africa, not World War II. It was World War I when they actually.
He was saying that he wanted to see that in Battlefield 1.
I wanted to see it in Battlefield 1, not in Battlefield 5.
One random
My
victory
bad.
says
Go
her
ahead.
fashion sense is more interesting than this conference. I agree.
And factory equipment, and then Provence,
Max White also says hit and run tactics in World War II, which is funny. For some reason, I'm just thinking of the totally real Russian jungles, a la Metal Gear Solid.
Dude, Grozny-Grad's my favorite Russian city.
That's my favorite Russian location, absolutely.
It's starting to rain. You guys might be able to start picking this up.
Yeah, it's getting pretty heavy out there.
Dude, yeah.
Getting pretty hot.
No, they'll figure out our location.
Oh, man.
Those guys got it bashed and bloody.
Make sure we have time to get through it. But first, Lars, you brought with him some news about some kind of core gameplay updates.
Those stories we can't get because they're hard to digest, says Jake.
Yeah. No, and I totally get that. That's why people go for the greatest hits. That's why they go for the Americans.
Because Jake also said Vietnam survival horror, very dark, very real game.
Yeah.
Which was actually
it's never really been done.
No, it was specifically, I forget the studio that did it, but it got canned and the whole studio got shut down because there were protests basically.
Oh, really?
6 Days in Fallujah was going to be
6
a
Days in
survival
Fallujah,
horror game set in Fallujah.
And that's the thing that we've just never really done. And it's just
because it's not commercially viable.
It's not commercially viable, but
well, also realistically, playing as a Nazi, and like you were saying earlier, isn't unless you're.
That's why I'm saying That's why you gotta do it as a Romanian.
The only way you
gotta do a
it
Romanian or Hungarian.
The only way you can do it is if you go like GTA tactics, where it's like, oh, we're going like let's stir up some controversy.
No, the reverse of that.
Reverse of that.
If you do a Battlefield 5, that is a big budget summer blockbuster movie, and if we say we're doing a big summer action blockbuster as the Germans, people will go, excuse me, what? Alternatively, if you make that small indie movie that's Oscar bait, then it's, oh, I get it, right?
Or you do it as DLC.
You
do it as DLC and make it like 4 levels.
That's the point, is that it's really hard to do as a game, so it can't be this type of game, it has to be a PC game. It has to be a PC game made by no one that you've ever heard of before.
Well, yeah, there you go, you got it.
Then that can happen, and then it can blow up and do well, but it can't be made by these
That's
people.
what I'm saying. If people like this make it, it's gotta be those Romanians. It's gotta be Italians. People who don't want to be fighting the war.
Of course.
Well, as riveting as this is, I need to run to the bathroom real
That's
quick.
fine.
So,
We'll actually listen to what they're saying about Battlefield 5 for a few minutes. This man I remember because he walked on stage 6 minutes into E3 last year and said, "It's Royale."
Yeah. That's this man. Yeah.
That's the guy with the beard.
Yeah, he's the first. He's a producer, but at the same. Yes, he was. Yeah, it was. He didn't have that tall of hair, I don't think. So he's doing well for himself.
Doesn't matter.
For sure.
We should listen for a few minutes.
No, we shouldn't.
And see, you love getting all that community feedback, so hit him up, Mr. Battlefield at AOL.com, and let him know.
Well,
just
saying,
Mr.
That is the thing,
Battlefield
though.
at
We're not finished
AOL.com.
when we're done, right?
September.
This was a mistake.
I want to kill myself.
This was a mistake.
Why did we stream this?
I thought it was gonna be an hour and it was gonna be funny.
No,
Listen,
Jacob, I knew the format and I thought you knew the format.
You knew about this?
Yes.
No. Oh, listen, I
had no idea why you were doing
we
this.
had to stream this because there was the potential
For Patrick Soderlund would come on and commit seppuku.
No, because there was the potential that someone was gonna walk on a stage and go, "Woo! Anthem!" And if that happened, we had to see it.
Jake was just also gonna say that Surge 2 is up for pre-order on PSN. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, Surge 2 had a beta or something recently.
Next Blade, but Jacob, Modern Warfare wants to be your edgy, dark blockbuster.
So we kind of went down and he sat down and he came.
We might have to.
What was Operation
I've said before that there was a playthrough of the original Modern Warfare produced with Aiden years ago that never came out because it wasn't really fantastic. we might be. I might have to stream the original Modern Warfare so I can explain to people.
If you want me to play it so you can actually talk,
We'll
or
figure it
Joey plays it, like whoever's
we'll
in the
figure it
stream,
out.
because you said last time was hard because you were also playing it.
Of course, the next thing on the list is Gravity Rush, but that's next. For anybody who did not watch that final Hat in Time stream, I will be playing Gravity Rush next on the channel on my streams. But we might Modern Warfare Remastered might happen at some point.
Whoa, guys.
Also,
what's up, gamers? What did I miss? What happened?
Nothing happened.
What?
You were very fast in that bathroom.
Listen, dude. I didn't want to miss a second of
You
this
didn't want
wonderful
of this
conference.
hot gamer, this gamer goodness.
That's what Igor and the talented crew with him has done is to kind of take at heart the feedback.
So is this also Battlefield 5?
Yes.
This doesn't look like Battlefield 5.
Yes,
This
it
looks
doesn't.
like Battlefield
Yes.
Hardline.
Yes.
It's urban warfare. We're fighting in the somewhere.
Look at this.
Look at
This
all
is
those,
real
look at all
war.
those
The
explosions.
German
I'm
metro, maybe?
excited.
No, the thing that was confusing was that one guy was wearing like a ski mask.
Yes.
So that was very strange.
And they're just charging, and they were like charging down subway platforms with SMGs, because that's how war is fought.
And you go down into where you see in the video here with the subway.
I have a question, says Mage Z. What's the best Final Fantasy to start with? 10 or 12? I would say both of those are wrong.
To start with?
Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all, if you're
Maybe
looking for,
10. Maybe 10.
If you're looking for
I've
a
heard people say 10 is a good one.
traditional JRPG, like 12 is weird to play.
12 is a long game too. It's the longest one, I think.
10 is like a normal JRPG.
Yeah.
It is a normal, old school turn-based JRPG with a lot of quality of life improvements
I'd say
that don't exist
maybe 6.
in older.
6 is pretty good. Like 6 is, or 4.
6 is good, but it's not necessarily the jumping in point.
4? A lot of people say 4 too. I don't like 4 that much though. As a starter, I
Look,
mean.
in terms of what games are good, that's a completely different question.
Yeah,
from
no.
what game you
That's
should
what I'm saying.
start.
I said I don't like 4 as a starter.
Here's a
That's
little
what I
look
said.
at what the team's been working on.
I think that 7 and 10 are both good starting
7's
points.
another good
If
one,
you
yeah.
like the art style of 9, 9's a good starting point. I mean, honestly, anything...
8 is not a good starting point. You were about to say everything's a good starting point. 8 is not a good starting point.
Yeah,
Junctioning's
it's
weird.
technical. Okay, look, we're in Japan.
Oh man, now it's Japan.
Whoa, just like Call of Duty 5.
I want to see how bad this
War.
is. I want to.
A timeless theater of war. A new vision.
Hold
Wow,
on.
these graphics.
Hold on.
To the Pacific. The
Let's
team
see.
at DICE are hard at work.
If I see an
creating
American, I'm gonna be
World War
mad.
II experience. Releasing this fall with Chapter 5 of Battlefield 5.
Okay.
As
Say
the
Burma.
US and Japan enter the fight.
US and Japan.
You'll clash across several battlefields.
Yeehaw.
Including a modern take
Yeehaw
on
vibes.
absolute classic.
You know, we're allowed to say this as Americans. America's overdone.
Come
It
back.
sucks.
Pacific Theater has been
We know we killed the Japs, okay? We don't need to hear about it for the 9th time.
I'm gonna go look out at the rain.
He is
God.
wistfully staring outside at the rain right
Oh
now.
man,
guys.
look at that! Look at that M1 Grand! I love America! Sorry.
Oh man,
This is
dude.
very. God.
Why couldn't I have been born in Japan?
inland towards unwavering
Why couldn't I go to the Mado cafes? By the way, I saw a hot take recently where somebody said that Hooters is just the May cafe in America.
That's not incorrect.
Oh man, look at that BAR. That's an American gun right there. That's right. Look at that samurai sword.
Hooters sucks. I went there once.
It sounds like
I didn't
an
want to
awful
go.
experience.
I was the only guy that went. It was me and a bunch of girls, and it was just miserable. The food was
Of,
bad.
like, research trips. Like, let's find out more about that. Oh, let's set the net one in Tahiti.
Why
Yeah, that's right.
research? Yes, this happens in gaming, lady.
No, she's making a joke that they you called it a research trip, but it was a vacation to a beautiful tropical paradise.
That just makes me think of the Band of Brothers thing where he's like, I'm heading over to England, and there's some guy heading to the Pacific getting fanned by some naked girl on an effing beach.
Yeah, that first episode where they're like, man, I hate all those asshole cowards who are going to the Pacific to get fanned by 2 naked native girls, and it's like, Jesus.
That's really where it all started. Battlefield 9.
For those who don't know, the Pacific Theater was way more horrifying than the European theater. It was a nightmare.
I think on Next Blade puts it best. 8 and 5 or lower, I wouldn't start with. I'd say this 5 is one of my favorites. 13's a bad place to start. And 12's only okay to start. I love 12, but it's only okay to start. I would say that's fair.
Just start with World of Final Fantasy.
That's correct. That is the correct answer. No, I mean, like, there's tons of videos.
Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
There we
is
go.
the actual-
I forgot. It's Chrono Trigger.
The best Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger.
It's start with Chrono Trigger. Actually, it's only 18 hours. I'm not lying.
Actually,
buy it on DS.
Actually, start with
You can
Chrono
still find
Trigger.
copies. It's cheap. Just
Get
go
it
buy
on
it on
DS,
DS
or get it on like the
or
Wii.
emulate
You
it.
can't get it on the Wii Virtual Console anymore.
Yeah, just emulate it too. It's yes. Start with Chrono Trigger.
We wouldn't go to Iwo without.
Rain Hippie says that island just reminds me of the content we didn't get in MGS5.
Electronic weapons, gadgets, and also, after all, it's Battlefield. So of course, there will
Honestly, the second that I
Epic
saw
Boy Blue says, "Do not dishonor maid cafes with a comparison." No, I will every day of the week.
for a split second when I saw a Japanese soldier, I was like, please, 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 I want to see an Australian or a British soldier, and then it's like, and here come the Marines. Yeah. Man.
But hear me out. What if we took an area of war and we inserted the Marines?
What if we put the Marines in Burma?
What if we changed
What if we
history?
Also, one we didn't talk about, freaking make it where you play as the Chinese. Communists or nationalists, I don't care.
But I'm American.
Also be fun.
But I'm American.
But I am American.
You're right. You're gonna give me one of them non-whites to play?
I was gonna say the hands clutching this rifle
Are
aren't
wrong.
right.
What the?
I cannot see myself playing this video game.
What is wrong with this? Something's off.
We're also bringing features we've heard the community ask for.
What features has the community asked for?
Also, one final announcement.
Hold on.
Starting today, you can play Battlefield 5 in the EA and Origin Access Vault, and through EA Access on PlayStation 4 when it launches next month. Is that everything?
We missed all the news, but it doesn't matter. I only would have cared if I'd seen a British soldier
Can we
fighting
fight
a
the
Japanese
Australian
soldier.
emu war? And the answer is they would never give us
Did someone
that.
say the emu war in
Yes,
chat?
yes.
Hell yeah! Somebody knows about the emu war.
People know about it now. People know about it now because it's a meme.
Okay.
Yes, I wish we could. Let's
Let's
go kill a number of birds.
The war game that I want.
Yeah.
I want a war where you play from like 5 different perspectives, right? There's 5
Yeah.
different characters that you get to play as, and each campaign is only 47 minutes long because it's the Anglo-Zanzibar War in real time.
Everyone who's watching this who has never heard of the Anglo-Zanzibar War.
You have 7 minutes until
Yeah.
We have 7 minutes. Let's read about the Anglo-Zanzibar War.
Hold up.
Let's read about the Anglo-Zanzibar
It's
War.
the shortest war in history. It was exactly 45 minutes long. We will now talk about it. It is the epitome of British imperialism in the 1800s. It's beautiful. And we're saying this ironically, obviously. You know, a lot of things that the British did during their imperialist period were very disgusting.
Remember how tea is like the ultimate symbol of Britishness and British stability and being a gentleman, and tea isn't grown in England.
It's also about the East India Company stabbing a bunch of Indian people.
Maybe it's because we're doing this, but this really feels like a bad conference.
No, wait. To be fair, we aren't listening to anything.
No, exactly. But I'm saying that
But nothing's shown up. It's like one new map. It was like one new map in Crete.
It's like
1 second. Go ahead and read about this. I'll be back.
This is, and Joey, just as a point of reference. Okay, finish what you were gonna say first about the
I was
conference.
gonna say it's like Star Wars. People were looking forward to that, but Apex Legends, the community's not real big on that right now. I mean, it's big enough, but I feel like most of the people that play Apex Legends over the other stuff aren't going to be watching E3 in the first place. You know what I mean?
This is true.
Because it feels like, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like a big overlap with the Dude Bro Call of Duty man.
Absolutely.
And it's like, Battlefield 5 has been kind of notorious in the community, and it's like maybe there was something good there, but I think people are just kind of waiting for them to move over to the next one. I don't know. Do people care?
Wait, hold on. Oh. They're talking Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh my god.
Which means we cannot pay attention. So, unlike last time you were here when we read the article on the surrender of Japan, and we all were just kind of a little bit upset inside about how horrible the reality is.
Is the reality of this not horrible?
The reality of this is the most hilarious it's ever been.
Okay. More hilarious than that time that one troop went, they went with like 70 members and came back with 71, and they're like, how did this happen?
The Anglo-Zanzibar War was a military conflict fought between the United Kingdom and the Zanzibar Sultanate on the 27th of August, 1896. Yes, just the one day. The conflict lasted between 38 and 45 minutes, marking it as the shortest war in recorded history. The immediate cause of the war was the death of the pro-British Sultan Hamad bin Tuwani, I'm sure I'm going to mess up some of these names, on the 25th of August, and the subsequent secession of Sultan Khalid bin Bargahash. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best out here. I'm just a poor white man from the United States. The British authorities preferred Mahmud bin Muhammad, who was more favorable to British interests as Sultan. In accordance with the treaty signed in 86, the condition of ascension to the Sultanate was that the candidate obtained the permission of British consul, and Khaled had not fulfilled this requirement. The British considered this casus belli, which is justification to start a war. Basically, it's like legal justification. You have done something that justifies the beginning of conflict. And sent an ultimatum to Khaled demanding that he order his forces to stand down and leave the palace. In response, Khaled called up his palace guard and barricaded himself inside the palace. The ultimatum expired at 9 o'clock East Africa time on the 27th of August, by which time the British had gathered 3 cruisers, 2 gunboats, 150 Marines and sailors, and 900 Zanzibaris in the outer harbor area. The Royal Navy contingent were under the command of Rear Admiral blah 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 blah, while the Zanzibaris were commanded by Brigadier General, again, British guys leading some of the locals, of the Zanzibar Army, who was also the first minister of Zanzibar. Around 2,800 Zanzibaris defended the palace. Most were recruited from the civilian population, but they also included the Sultan's palace guard and several hundred of his servants and slaves. The defenders had several artillery pieces and machine guns, which were set in front of the palace, sighted at British ships.
Okay.
I got my machine gun pointed at the ship.
Yeah, at the ship. Good stuff.
The bombardment, which opened at 9:02, set the palace on fire and disabled the defending artillery.
Oh, God.
A small naval action took place, with the British military sinking Zanzibari Royal Yacht HHS Glasgow and 2 smaller vessels. And some shots were fired ineffectively at the pro-British Zanzibari troops as they approached the palace. The flag at the palace was shot down and the fire ceased at 9:40. The Sultan's forces sustained roughly 500 casualties, while only 1 British soldier was injured.
Not even killed, just
which means he probably burnt his hands handling artillery shells.
God.
Sultan Khaled received asylum in the German consulate before escaping to German East Africa. In Tanzania. The British quickly placed Sultan Hamud in power at the head of the puppet government. The war marked the end of the Zanzibar Sultanate as a sovereign state and the start of a period of heavy British influence.
It was literally just a little over half an hour of bombardment. And
yes.
That was it.
And they walked in. So here's casualties. Yeah, well, this is my favorite thing, is looking at the, like the date, like the spreadsheets you get from battles, right, of who was involved. British Empire and Zanzibar Sultanate. The commanders on each side, right? Strength, land, 1,050. Sea, 2 cruisers, 2 gunboats. Land, 2,800, 4 artillery pieces, 1 shore battery. Sea, the HHS Glasgow, the Royal Yacht, 2 boats.
1 wounded. Does it have reference? Like it says, brackets 1. Will it
I
don't
know. It could be in here somewhere, but I have no idea.
Okay. If you click it, will it take you to it, or?
See, it would send me to some book that they're citing, so it's not going to be on the page, unfortunately.
Gotcha. What a time. What a time. So, here's a question back to EA. Do people actually watch E3 for the FIFA and the Madden?
No, but the shareholders do.
Okay.
The shareholders do.
Gotcha. That's what I thought. So, it's like this conference is kind of for nobody, isn't it, this year?
It's for the people who are there who want to play. To be completely fair, there are people out there who do care about video games a lot, who do watch these conferences, who do play Madden and FIFA.
Yes.
And I know this.
Okay, yeah.
It's
I should state, that is the truth, but, the FIFA and Madden audience is so unbelievably massive that there's, the overlap is relatively small because of how many people actually play it.
This is accurate, yes. But there are people watching this who do care, and they do want to see how the ball physics are going to be updated this year.
See how much money you can give for the not loot boxes, the card boxes to get your SSR football husbando.
Look, you know what? I think that we are putting, at least, you know what? There are going to be people who watch the EA conference who wouldn't have otherwise, and they're going to have a good time with us. I'm having a good time.
Oh, I'm having a great time, but not because of this. We could be watching paint dry, and I'd be having... Warning contains flashing images.
Oh no, there's going to be... Because it's going to be the big... like the... For FIFA.
Oh, man.
For FIFA.
Where's the air horn at?
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Whoa. What was that so funny? Why was that so funny?
I'll tell you why. In cinematography, this is a real thing. Wide shots with a single person center punched in the frame is funny. That was a comedy shot. And it's the same thing that happens in newscasts where it says, and now to you, in the field, Bill, and it takes a couple seconds for them to catch up. So we see that really fast-paced, edited montage, cut to man standing there in perfect comedy shot, in silence, with a couple of people in the background attempting to dribble footy.
Why are they just showing it again?
It's a different one. It's more. This is gonna be great.
Oh man.
Oh, I need to unmute the feed for everybody. Sorry guys, I just realized that. There you go. Now you can hear the techno music that's playing during this.
Oh man. Can you customize your
Natalie Hernandez says, yes, my cousin is a FIFA fan and he only watches E3 for EA, nothing else.
Oh man.
Again, to be fair, there are people who really care about these products and they want to know.
Yeah, no, exactly. But it's like seeing a unicorn, you know?
I think the main thing is that every year we ask ourselves, and as someone who, if we weren't sitting here doing this, would just be listening and paying attention to everything that's being said, and like there usually is good information in these things, it's like there's not information in these usually. Like, I mean, you get information on like, here's the updates we made for this year, here are the changes we've made, here's some new features. And that's usually 10 minutes, and then the other 20 is like, the FIFA organization is amazing, and we're all looking forward to X, Y, and Z events this year in real life. And here are these celebrities we're going to card out on stage to talk about how great football is. And it's like, that's not information.
No.
That is the FIFA organization telling EA, and also please, you know, you need to get people to watch football.
That guy in the background is more interesting than anything that's been in this conference so far. The guy
the guy just bit it.
On the left.
I came back right as the guy bit it.
No, that was not. They didn't bite it. They went down on purpose. They were doing tricks. You missed it. They were styling. Trickster. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
this is not information about the game.
Here is a celebrity.
And to be fair, this is what industry trade shows look like for every industry. It's this kind of garbage, but like...
Okay, so they got some guys that play for Manchester United, I think is what they just said.
Oh man, pupper alert.
This is exactly what I've done day in, day out.
Yeah, there's another one.
Max Blade, it's really shameful how sports games have fallen, though. I'd rather play one sports game... I'd rather play that one sports game the Bastion developers made. Supergiant made that one multiplayer 3-on-3 game a little while ago.
Yeah.
I am going to, in case the VOD winds up having a bunch of skips in it, which it probably will inevitably, I am going to make an effort to read the next several chat messages the second they appear. Andy SD Relator, walking through the ghetto, one random victory. This is basically a reality show. Crossburn, those dogs are better than the actual event.
Absolutely.
So that, hypothetically, if the VOD gets messed up, we have the recording, and I can resync.
Oh,
gotcha. I can like burn the chat into the recording or something like that, so that it still exists, and I'll have that as a point to synchronize.
Understandable.
But if there's only a couple of, like, the main problem is that FF9 stream, like by the back hour, the chat is 2 minutes behind. What's happening on screen? So
obviously with it being FIFA, we want to make sure that authenticity is at the forefront.
Authenticity is at the forefront.
All the licensed players that we have, all the licensed clubs.
Please just
when are we gonna get in Mario Strikers again?
Let me die. Just let me die. We want to die.
Mario
We'll probably
Tennis
at
is
least get a
apparently
Mario
good.
Tennis. I mean, not Mario Tennis. We'll probably at least get a Mario Golf or a Mario Strikers.
Dean Weiss,
this year.
the OBS settings we were talking about on Twitter, I figured out some of them, but I'm not too worried about getting a VOD of this because like I can get the raw video of these streams later if I need to. So we're not doing that right now. I was more concerned about making sure that this thing actually streamed properly and didn't have too many drops.
Oh wait,
but
are
I'm
they
sure that
doing?
it will
Are they
anyway.
doing what they did with NBA 2K, where they're like now there are the street maps? Because I just saw like a render of that.
They were showing that, but they didn't advertise it as that. So
Okay.
maybe the game's already had them. I don't know.
The pictures are a lot nicer than when I
Real,
grew up playing.
one random victory says, I really wish they'd stop doing the glitchy camera thing. Yeah. Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry, that's sick. It's keeping me entertained.
It's keeping me entertained as I look at this footage because there are things for my eyes to that excite my senses.
look at
You see
that.
like that lens flare
That
transition
transition.
there? I was like, whoa.
Man,
That caught my attention,
I can't
and my
believe
monkey
they're
brain
doing it
is paying
live.
attention.
I can't believe this is happening live
I-
and they're in those cuts live.
I
It's so neat.
really hope that another Mario sports game that isn't tennis gets released though, because like from what I hear, tennis is actually good. This one is, unlike Ultra Smash, which was awful. So it would be cool to see another Strikers game. It's like now that they actually have a successful piece of hardware. I don't know why I never did on the Wii. I feel like that would have been really successful on the Wii.
No, but we got to do the motion.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about? Are you talking about the baseball game?
No, I'm talking about I was talking about soccer, but
'Cause
baseball
there is a baseball
good
game
too, yeah.
on the Wii.
Yeah.
And because you got to swing.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm
how do
saying
you
either
play-
of those would be
How
good.
do you play? How do you play it on the you know?
What?
How do you play a soccer game?
Why is this
on the
still
Wii?
going?
Strap it to your legs.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Strap
Why
it-
is this still going?
Because
No, that was because it's
I'm gonna
FIFA.
go finish my food.
No, actually, that was something that I said on Twitter after the Switch reveal conference when Soderlund came out on stage and was like, "FIFA will be on the Switch," and I was like, "Can I strap a Joy-Con to each of my feet to get the true FIFA experience?"
Absolutely, dude.
And with bigger spaces, so getting used to that in this type of environment is, I think, for a young player, is key.
Having a personality, not being afraid to.
I was gonna ask if this music is gonna cause a VOD mute, but it honestly sounds like free real estate.
Who cares?
It sounds like.
Look, the most dangerous thing about doing this live is that some Japanese video game company is gonna say, no, you're not allowed to put our trailer on the internet.
Yeah.
Like last year, we had to cut the DMC5 trailer, we had to cut the Jump Force trailer, and then during Square Enix's conference, the only two new trailers for the Platinum game and the Quiet Man, they said cut those, and I had to remove them.
Oh, are you talking about the Platinum like monster
Babylon,
hunting game?
like whatever the thing was it was just like a. I meant Square Enix. Sorry, yeah, Square Enix. They showed the trailers for the Quiet Man, and they showed the trailer for some new Platinum collaboration, and I had to remove both of those before I could upload the video.
Camille says Nintendo Labo for your feet.
There was
That's what you want.
There was a lot of confusion during our Let's Watch of the Microsoft conference.
Mr. Wonka 7 says Joy-Con shin guards. But go ahead.
There was a lot of confusion in the comments section on our Microsoft Let's Watch from last year because we had to cut around the trailer. So they just heard us saying, "Was that Virgil?" And people thought we were talking about about Nero. We were talking about the mysterious figure in the cloak who ripped Nero's arm off.
The mysterious stranger. Yeah. Man. Maybe I wonder if they'll have like any DLC announcements for 5.
Think about how funny that is because it's like when you actually think about the contents of that DMC5 trailer and us saying, "Was that Virgil?" It's like if you know that we are talking about the figure in the cloak, it's like, oh, they're in there. They know DMC. But if not,
yeah,
and we
my
say
God,
it was that
yeah.
was that Virgil. It's like, oh God, they don't know anything about DMC.
But Dean Weiss, I joined about 5 minutes ago, and for all I know, this could be literally any random show on TV. Is this even E3?
Yeah, exactly. This has been going
time
on for a
for
while.
FIFA.
This is miserable.
It's
There we go. There's a
time
FIFA.
for footy.
There you have it. Volta, football, pretty cool stuff there. Now, I can't wait.
Okay, so the first 10 minutes was all about you can play on the streets now.
Great.
That's what that entire segment was.
Great.
That you did that in 2K too. Who cares?
No, Joshua, 2K isn't them.
Yeah, I don't care.
2K is a company
This-
called 2K
no.
that's completely separate from EA.
I know that NBA 2K is a different thing, but they're just copying it. That's what I mean.
Well, no,
Remember
there was
when
actually
2K Australia existed.
there used to be a separate franchise that was like the Street footy franchise. I think it was done by EA, but they canned it after the PS2 and Xbox days. So now they're bringing it back as a feature in that.
I can't wait for Mario and Sonic 2020. That's going to be announced. I can't wait.
When Omnimax Blade, when stream quiet person, Jacob.
Jacob can't hear you. Get it?
Oh yeah, because I'm deaf. You gotta wait for the DLC for the truth
DLC.
to be
Yeah,
revealed.
Jacob's waiting for the DLC.
Andy says Mario, Sonic, Track and Field. Whatever happened to the Mario and Sonic Olympic Games?
No, there's a new one.
There's
Yes,
a new one.
yes, there's a new one for Tokyo.
Oh my god.
I think they stopped doing Winter Olympic ones, so you don't see them as often.
They're also doing a new Olympic Games for Tokyo, aren't they? Just like the general Olympic mini game collection. I'm pretty sure. There's
I
two.
hope we get more Mark Nut.
Rain Hippie
They were
says
talking
Mario
about
and Sonic fall for divorce.
No, the Achievement Hunter guys were actually talking about if it does come out. When Ray was on Off Topic, they're saying you need to come back to do the Olympic Games
Why
videos
not?
with us, and he said, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Or AI defending. And this feedback together with our drive to create a more
What was the video of the Quiet Man that we watched? That's like it feels like it's 5 hours long, but it's only 10 minutes.
together as
Well, yeah. Get on.
I'm looking for it. Hold on.
Let me see. I'm already on YouTube on my phone, so I can browse my favorites as well.
Randy Hart says, I appreciate you guys for keeping me entertained while I'm getting ready for graduation. Congratulations.
Hey, yeah, congrats, dude.
I actually just graduated, 2 weeks ago from high school, and Jacob graduated like 3 weeks ago from college. Yeah.
Which is why you're not going to see Joshua soon, because he's
I'm
going
gonna be
He's
gone.
going to be gone forever.
I'm gonna be in the dark realm. Welcome to the realm.
Unlike me, who hung out here in the same town as my parents live and went to college that way like a loser, Josh was going to the other side of the country. Is this the right video?
Yes,
yes,
absolutely.
Yes. Everybody after this, well, not after the stream is done, because we're going to be playing Final Fantasy 9.
We can just do it during Madden. Who the F cares?
Go watch a video by a YouTuber called Bro Team Phil called The Quiet Man with a space between every letter. It's 20 minutes long,
but it feels like a full-length feature.
It feels like it feels like a feature film. It's basically just a highlight reel of his playthrough of The Quiet Man, but it is amazing.
That game is amazing.
You just watch that video. Watch Bro Team Phil's The Quiet Man video, and you will have the full experience of that game.
And in FIFA, it's going to be the time where user skill is going to make a difference.
Oh man, user skill makes a difference in video games? What? This is a new innovation for EA.
Congratulations, Rainy Hart.
Reducing the amount of AI defensive support that you get from your teammates.
When are they going to talk about balls? I'm just waiting
They
for the
probably
ball
already
physics.
talked about ball physics and we missed it.
And I know it seems like we're kind of just like throwing questions.
Crossburn, you are right. I have already been banished to the Shadow Realm. I'm just like, I'm in like Shadow Realm purgatory right now.
What does it feel like? What extra space is being created with this more player-controlled approach?
Yes, first of all, the re-architecture...
Rainy Hart, are you going to the Shadow Realm of college, or are you getting out of the
He's
Shadow
getting
Realm
out
of
because he
college?
just said, thanks guys, have fun in the Shadow Realm of college, Josh. So I'm guessing he means he just got out of the Shadow Realm.
It's actually one of the biggest benefits of this system. You will see how your teammates spread around the pitch in a more authentic way, allowing you to read.
They spread around the pitch in a more authentic way.
In a more, I thought you said
AI. The AI is smarter this time. We've improved the AI, so they're better at footy. They're better at the Queen's
my
game.
teammates are going to be way more helpful for me because Lord knows I need that. All right, which I think a lot of us feel the struggle there. But now
We talked a little bit about Overwatch earlier. Lucio Ball is still the best thing in Overwatch ever.
Raina Hippie, I won't be watching y'all's FF9 stream because I didn't watch the other ones, so I'll have to watch those first. Just FYI, Raina Hippie, we've only done one so far. We did one last weekend. It's about 4 hours. You can't, or I think it's a little longer than 4 hours. But
Just watch it on double speed.
Yeah, don't watch this. Go watch that and come back. And
Yeah,
watch
seriously.
FF9.
Yeah, just skip it. Do you really care about FIFA?
I care
If so,
about
why
FIFA.
are you here? You should be anywhere else watching this.
Other than with us.
Yeah, exactly.
To finish in front of goal. Okay. So in FIFA 20, with the new composed finishing, you're going to experience more clinical and consistent shooting.
Captured
when you're the
in-game.
I want to find out about the mechanics that we're pushing this year.
Whoa!
I want to actually hear what they're trying to sell as the features. Let's listen for a few
You're going
minutes.
to have more chances to miss. So overall, we are improving the fundamentals of shooting to provide a more authentic experience. And we also listen to feedback about time finishing, and we are very confident that the changes that I just mentioned to the fundamentals of shooting, in addition to some tweaks that we're doing to the actual time finishing mechanic, are going to give you a more satisfying shooting experience,
I'm gonna
whether
look up
you
the
time your
time
shot
finishing
or
mechanic.
not. we are actually just releasing another Pitch Notes article about this topic. If you want to know more information, you can check it online.
Okay, so a whole topic just on this alone, which is very dedicated there. Now, you also mentioned another attacking tool, which was strafe dribbling. Yeah. So how is this now going to play a role in how I play out there?
Good question. So we are reinventing the strafe dribbling mechanic. Okay. This tool adds more dimension in attack, giving you more control, more precise and agile control of the ball when dribbling.
I thought you just moved.
I would say this tool is great to
I want to find out. I want to find out what these features are.
Andy SD Realtor is doing the job of every true American and going soccer greater than football, goalie better than keeper. Just saying like on the list.
On defense quite a bit. So because of that, as a defender now.
Dean Weiss says, "Hey, sorry, I know you already talked about this, but what's the schedule like?" It's just this today, Dean.
It's just this today.
It's just EA.
But we'll be playing. We will be, since this conference is apparently going to be much longer than we expected. We will be playing Final Fantasy IX immediately after this at 3 o'clock Eastern.
And Dean, it doesn't look like they're like revealing anything new. It's just a 30-minute block for EA, Madden, Apex, Jedi. And friggin' The Sims 4. You already missed the Jedi one, so I mean, you just go watch a highlight reel.
Well, Dean Weiss hates Star Wars because he has shit taste.
No. I'm just saying that's the only one that matters either way.
But no, the only thing that could have mattered today really was Anthem, and Anthem did not appear, so that's... Well, I say that. They did technically do one thing that wasn't on the docket, which was when we were reading about the Anglo-Zanzibar War, somebody came on and talked to Greg Miller about Battlefront 2, but we didn't listen because we were too busy reading about the Anglo-Zanzibar War.
Who the frick cares?
So, that's my point, but then I'm saying there could be surprise appearances.
So the timed shooting mechanic that he's talking about is when you press the button to kick the ball, if you press the button a second time at the right time, you get a better kick.
Okay, great.
Swing your right stick.
Whoa!
I figured the game's already had that sort of thing, so.
You can do a knuckle shot, for example.
Maybe they did, but it's been improved.
Now it's a rhythm game you have to play.
Paddleball Paul said, "Isn't FIFA becoming a live service now, where all you need is to purchase one game?" That was a rumor. I guess it didn't happen.
Joey,
I wish it had.
Would you play FIFA if it was a rhythm game where you played as Hatsune Miku?
No, because we talked before about how I can't play because I live in a house with other people, and I can't be seen playing Hatsune Miku.
Okay, so Dean just said, "I don't hate Star Wars." Get wrecked, Jacob.
I would hate on KH though. I would hate it on KH though.
That's fair.
Oh, you would hate to have Star Wars in KH.
Yeah, no, and that's why I said Jedi would be the only thing you care about, whether you are a Star Wars fan or not, because it's the only interest. It's the only game besides maybe Apex.
Here's the thing. I want Star Wars. I don't even want Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts. I only want it in there if it's implemented a very specific way. I don't want it to be like, oh, Death Star world now, and it's just one of the settings.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, that doesn't make any sense. It needs to be like, it's a major part of the story. Like, it needs to be like, the villain factions are like, Maleficent's got a group. The Star Wars, like the Empire's coming in and they've got a group, and then you got the original villains, and it's all these different parties, and they're all villains across the
Norwega says, from the creators of Sonic Chronicles, Anthem 2. God, that got me.
Didn't we make that joke during the FF9 stream at some point?
You made that from the makers of Sonic Chronicles, but never Anthem 2.
Oh man. Only Max Blade says I would play a FIFA game that is a Miku rhythm game, to be honest. FIFA sponsored Miku. Well, EA and Miku are, like, they have had run-ins with each other with, what's the dance game? Just Dance? Is that them?
Yeah, I don't know. No, that's Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Oh, it's Ubisoft. Yeah, never mind. Sorry. Sorry, wrong.
Ubisoft
awful, toxic big company.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Ubisoft is less toxic and evil. They're like
Hatsune Miku one of David Letterman's last guests.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
It's
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, you need to watch it because when it's done, he says, "Oh, his quote is hilarious." It's something along the lines of like, "Yeah, man, it's like being in Willie Nelson's tour bus."
Well, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Now, when can players get their money?
So it's gonna be
I feel bad for the people who have those apartments.
Okay. And there's
in the background.
You have EA Access.
Think about that.
Subscribe to EA Access, you can get.
Look at this eyesore. All these people with the little umbrellas.
It's so hot.
Okay, and then of course.
Actually, no, I do feel bad for them because I'm sure their cell phone reception's gonna be ass because of all these people.
No, that's what I mean. And also they have to look at this eyesore the entirety of their day.
Nah, just close your blinds.
Close your blinds and play any other game. Any non-EA game.
Sam, thank you so much, man.
All those people in those apartments don't know what a video game is, Joshua.
Yeah, Nora, I guess, says Ubisoft's bland, EA's evil. That's about right. Ubisoft's boring. That's the thing. Because Assassin's Creed has just become derivative at this point. Like, it's still good every now and then, but it's just derivative.
Crossburn addresses something that I should respond to. Deep Space and BBS already didn't make sense, so at this point Star Wars can do whatever. Who cares about consistency anyway, am I right? My point is, yes, that Birth by Sleep thing doesn't make sense, so it needs to be addressed. Or alternatively, it needs to be completely ignored and Star Wars needs to be treated differently if it's implemented. You have to understand that my point is not that, like, that Kingdom Hearts is consistent and already made sense. My point is that if you're going to bother to put it in there anyway, doing one Star Wars world is lame and boring. Because, like, well, like for Deep Space, it's like it's one spaceship is all we know about the space in Lilo and Stitch, so whatever. Like, it kind of functions even if it doesn't make sense. But the point is, like, one Star Wars world is not even using it properly. Like, I don't want just one little, oh, we go to the Death Star and we blow it up and we have a boss fight with Darth Vader. That's lame and stupid. If you're gonna put Star Wars in it, make it a whole thing where it's like the Empire has come to the Kingdom Hearts galaxy and they're working with Xenoheart and Maleficent, or they're working with Maleficent or whatever. Like, I'm not saying the Kingdom, like, people get confused when I say put Marvel and Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts, and they're like, why do you want that? It's not that I necessarily want it, it's that I'm not opposed to it being there if it's used in a way that's interesting and fun. Because as far as I'm concerned, Kingdom Hearts should just be lots of dumb, fun things.
Dirk of DR says, are y'all ready to play footy with the lads? I know I, for one, am.
This is awful. I'm dead inside.
We're going to miss the stinger at the end of the conference.
I don't care.
Dude, they're not announcing anything.
What happens
new.
when they announce your favorite game?
But if they just announced it, it's not my favorite game yet, so I don't care.
But get excited.
I can't think of anything. I can't think of any IP that EA owns that if they announced a new game for it, I would care. With the exception of
a BioWare RPG.
No, with the exception of that Harry Potter game that got leaked a while ago, but I'm not sure if that's even EA anymore.
Dead Space 4, baby. Calling it.
Nothing.
No, Visceral's dead.
9 minutes.
No, exactly. That's why it's the.
You just saw
what?
all the news.
Oh my God, he's running for president. He's holding somebody's baby.
Oh my gosh.
Daily Show host and superfan Trevor Noah about the
Oh.
exciting things we just
Hi,
saw.
okay.
Do you think it's weird that Golden Boy gets to talk to Trevor Noah and not me?
How are you?
Hey, well, you know what? Get out of here. Go away. Jeez. But first, we've got a very special
What is it
message
gonna
about EA's Play to Give campaign. So let's check it out.
Whoopee.
Hey everyone, if you're watching this video, chances are you've likely seen or even personally...
Bye! You leave during the charity section?
That's correct, I leave during the charity
That's
section.
right.
Because I don't believe in charity.
No, I don't believe in any charity
I don't believe
that EA supports.
Because I don't believe in EA charity.
Yeah.
No. It's it is a.
You give 1 cent to charity for every $1 you give to Patrick Soderlund.
Yuri Level 0 or Yuri LV0 says Harry Potter is Warner Bros. Yeah, but Warner Bros. All the actual games were produced by EA. Back in the day. I don't know if that's still the case. I don't know if EA still has the Harry Potter license or not.
Lexi asked, "What did I miss?" Football.
And then you said, when did it start?
Oh, you mean from the beginning?
It
we got
Star Wars.
We had,
that was the only thing of importance.
We had alpha Star Wars gameplay.
Was it alpha? Did they say
Yeah,
that?
it said alpha.
Okay, I missed
it. It was alpha Star Wars gameplay that was relatively unimpressive,
It looked
but whatever.
fine.
It looked fine.
It looked enjoyable, but nothing to write home about.
And then we had
Bobcat channeling the cast of HBO's Chernobyl. I won't believe in cancer until I see it.
Oh, also, Dean says...
Oh yeah, Apex Legends, we had that next.
Yeah.
There's a new character
And then
named
Battlefield
Watson.
5 sucks, just reminding everyone.
And then FIFA's football.
Oh yeah, so
they improved the... Oh god, what was... I already forgot what that mechanic was called.
Time shoot?
Timed finishing mechanic.
Whoa!
In FIFA.
So yeah, so Dean has said, look, Jacob, I don't want to say you're biased for being a Star Wars fan, but you're kind of biased for being a Star Wars fan. Trevor...
I'm biased towards Kingdom Hearts being fun and wacky. I'm biased to I want fun, wacky things to... I want them to use the IPs that they have access to do fun and wacky things. Now, does that mean I need Star Wars and Marvel? No. But why? But again, why do none of the characters cross over? Why have Jack Sparrow and Jack Skellington never shared the same screen?
Two broke adults reiterates, I don't believe in charity, Jacob 2019.
Yeah. Lexi, you missed less than nothing. You gained 2 hours of your life.
Why haven't Robin Hood and Yuffie been on screen at the same time? Why haven't like, I don't know, why don't you have
This man's obsessed with Kingdom Hearts.
Why don't you have I'm not even. I'm obsessed with a non-existent series called Kingdom Hearts.
Oh man.
Why is this devolving back into Kingdom Hearts?
Because Dean was talking about it. Why isn't Elsa in your party shooting crazy ice spells at people? Why can't the series be fun?
Because Jacob.
Video games
we gotta get rid of all the Final Fantasy characters and most of the Disney characters to make way for Zaldin.
And Lexaeus. That's correct.
Oh god, which one was Zaldin?
Spears Dreadlocks didn't have a voice in KH3.
Yeah. How many of them didn't have a voice in KH3?
Zaldin and Lexaeus, which was we're not talking about KH3 spoilers in this stream, but the in the Birth by Sleep streams, when I knew that there were not going to be FF characters in KH3, because it was very apparent at that point.
Yeah.
And they were saying there's no time for those characters because we have too many other story threads to deal with, right?
Ooh.
And I was like, oh yeah, I said, guys, we have to cut. This was in like June of that year, right? Of last year.
Yes.
Guys, we have to cut the Final Fantasy characters so we can make, because there's so much we have to deal with. There's so much business. There are so many characters with stories that we have to resolve, like Zaldin and Lexaeus. And I did that rant for like 2 minutes. Not a rant, but like I was acting.
Yeah.
And Zaldin and Alexius were the two people that I zeroed in on as like the characters they showed up. They showed up in Dream Drop Distance, and I knew they had nothing going on. And then in KH3 they weren't voiced.
I think Trevor Noah's about to leave, but I must say, me seeing Trevor Noah do something like this, I'm like Jon Stewart would have.
Jon Stewart
done
absolutely would have done
anything
something like this.
He would have. Okay, he would have done it at the Sony conference though.
Rainy Heart says all roads lead to Kingdom Hearts.
He's not wrong.
Oh man.
Deep dive on all kinds of new features coming to Madden 20. But first, power up your exosuits, freelancers, because we're talking Anthem.
Let's go!
Quiet down. Let's listen.
Thank you for coming. I can't believe you're really here. The subreddit flipped out. I flipped out on Kind of Funny Games Daily. No Anthem at EA Play. What's happening?
Of course we're going to come to EA Play. We've got a booth out there.
They're so hilarious. We were not talking during this segment.
This year is working with our influencers and game changers. We have our new update called The Cataclysm on our public test server, and our time here this weekend is really about talking to them, getting feedback from all our players, so we can make that a great game update.
All right, good. You got the marketing spiel out of the way, man. Talk to me. It's been a interesting 4 months for Anthem. It's been an interesting 4 months. What have you guys learned? What are you pivoting? What's happening?
Yeah, look, it's been a wild ride. You know, we've learned a lot of lessons over the last 4 months. I think one of the most important ones was just around listening to player feedback better. And so we spent some time really trying to get this PTS game update out, making sure instead of us saying to players, hey, this is what we think's really exciting, just give them the game update and say, you come and tell us, what are the things that you do like and the things that you don't like. We're really trying to pivot more into that so that we can learn more from what the players want.
That's what I found so fascinating when we were talking earlier, right? Is the fact that the public test server is there for people to get in, and you guys don't want to be like.
It's only 5 minutes until Madden.
You want to start doing stuff.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what we think; it only matters what the players think. They're the ones playing the game, so if they love it, great. And if they don't, they'll tell us.
If they hate it, then I guess our company's screwed then.
Get into the public test server right now.
Yeah, it's available on PC right now. If you have access to Anthem, you can download the game and play it. If you happen to be somewhere near the venue, feel free to come on in. You can play it with us as well. And we're just, like I said, really looking forward to getting all that feedback and trying to make it a really great game update.
So from there, what is the future of Anthem? And is there a future of Anthem? That's a question I see a lot.
There's a future for Anthem. A very bright future, we hope. Look, it's kind of the same thing. We've learned a lot this last few months. We really want to make the game better. We believe Anthem can be a really amazing game. We know we have some work to do, and we just want to work with the community to build it together and make it the game that everyone wants it to be.
All right. Well, thank you, Ben. Get back to work.
So nothing.
Oh.
Okay.
Poor
Assault
Greg.
and nothing.
Get in here. All right.
Game over, Greggy just got assaulted live on stream.
Game over, Greggy attacked by Anthem.
Attacked by man in Anthem t-shirt.
First look at Madden gameplay with deep dive.
Hey, that'll make him easy to find when the cops look for him. He'll be the only one.
Thomas says, do people actually still play the game? Like, no memes. Didn't it die in 1 week? Didn't the count on online reach 0 at one point?
I think it did.
There's not a lot of people still playing Anthem.
If I had internet, I would tell you this, but I can't connect to anything.
I'm gonna hop on Twitch and check out. I'm gonna look for the Anthem. See how many people are streaming Anthem.
I also want to find out if Battlefield 5's the Battle Royale mode actually came out or not.
Only in Noriega. I missed the Anthem 2 announcement.
Oh, well, football.
It's time for mild language. We got those lyrics in there. We got those rap songs with the swearing.
But it's rated E, so it can't be.
Oh, wait. They're doing an NCAA.
Yes.
It was Clemson.
No, I saw Steelers, baby.
Oh wow! Oh hey.
They're doing an NCAA. That's cool. Or was it just Clemson? It might just be Clemson because they won the national championship and they're in there as a. It better not be because I actually kind of like the NCAA games.
I wanted a bigger pop than Trevor Noah, but that's okay. I'm still stoked to be here live.
Okay, is there an NCAA game?
Now back at the NFL draft.
Oh, I know what's wrong. Battlefield's site is down. That's why I can't get the article about its game, its mode.
If there's an actual NCAA game, that's a big announcement because there hasn't been one since 2013.
Okay, there's about 7 people streaming Anthem right now. The most with 65 viewers, then 18, then 9, then 5, then 4.
Okay, Battlefield 5's Battle Royale mode did come out in March, so I was wrong.
There are currently 122 people watching Anthem.
Watching Anthem or playing?
Watching Anthem.
On Twitch, you mean?
Yeah, Crossburn says.
Oh, okay.
Crossburn, okay, yeah.
Awesome new features coming to Madden 20 and show you even more details. Let's open things up with Face of the Franchise.
If that's just Clemson and they're just in the game, I'm going to be really pissed. Because that's just a huge middle finger to everyone who ever enjoyed the NCAA games.
I'm not going to be pissed because I don't.
No, see, I don't care about NCAA, but I have a lot of friends who do.
Did you see the
because the college football?
Did you see the April Fool's joke on the Anthem subreddit?
No.
For one day, it changed to the Division 2 subreddit.
That's pretty good.
To hear more about his
Yeah, I knew Patrick Mahomes was going to be here.
Paul says, I'm more excited for the remake of Destroy All Humans.
Yes.
Yeah, I was telling him before this started, THQ Nordic has been going kind of nuts with their remakes recently because they got that. They're in charge of the Battle for Bikini Bottom remake. And they made that mummy game on the Switch. The remake of it.
See, it was funny. I was like, I gave EA like the belief that they're announcing something new. This is interesting, and I was like, no, never mind.
So it's just Clemson? They just said it?
Yeah, no, they didn't say it, but they didn't say a new game. It's like they showed Clemson.
Maybe it's gonna be a feature in.
No, it's a feature in Madden. It's gotta be.
Let's listen.
And so we have to find different ways to get better, and those are the guys that find ways to win in the end. Every single year, from college to come into the league, and as my career goes on.
Okay, this is weird because they keep showing colleges.
The career mode?
Oh, the career mode's going to be the last year in college, and you can only play certain teams. Probably.
It was a surreal feeling, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
It's all going to be fictional. You're not going to get to play as the actual athletes or whatever.
Are they going to get Spike Lee on this one? They need to.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of annoying.
Living the dream.
Oh, wow.
I hope they didn't get him. Did they not get Patrick Mahomes? Did they not get him?
Anthem died on release, but they have to keep updating it because they put a ton of money into it.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yes,
probably.
but also it's like putting money into it is not going to fix those problems. I like that.
What the frick?
It's not.
It's hot in LA, okay?
I love how they couldn't get Patrick Mahomes.
That's
so great.
Rains in California.
Crispy up top, and me too. So I brought you.
I thought there was a pizza.
I love how the last
pizza time.
Pizza time.
Although there's a guy in a Khalil Mack jersey. Take off the Chiefs cap. Put this on.
Hey, there you go.
Don't give away those secrets.
You got to protect the noggin, man. You got to protect.
Oh man, it's going to be a collector's item now.
Thank you so much. Over the last few weeks.
No, basically what happened was Anthem is a major game that came out and they spent a lot of money on it, and there's basically two options. The game is a massive bomb and BioWare cuts its like 80% of its staff, and EA has to say, yeah, we released this game before it was ready, and it's bad and it's awful. But it was always pitched as a live service game anyway that was going to continue to get updated, so they have to try and fulfill their obligations. In a major way, it's their obligations to shareholders, because they said this game is going to make this much money, and it's going to be supported across this period of time. So yeah, what's going to happen is they're going to continue to support it for a while and try and turn it around, because it has happened before. Siege was bad at launch.
Yeah, no, it was, but it wasn't unplayable.
Sure.
It's like the problems with this game are like built into the core of the game. It's like you can't just patch that out.
It's true.
Like the core mechanics, not even just the loot, but the way all the powers work, the way how guns are worthless, all that. It's like you can't just flip values to make it work.
No, you cannot.
Hands on those superstar X factors, play with them a little bit. But our franchise players are one to see more about the scenario.
The two tabs that you guys can't see because of the webcam, not that it matters, but they are
what it does, it brings dynamic
face of the franchise and scenario engine.
Cool.
Not that it matters or
what
anybody
is X
cares.
Factor abilities?
Oh my gosh, it's Kyler
Those are your
Murray.
freaking limit breaks, dude.
Oh my god.
No, there are actually like abilities in this game. I'm not even lying.
Morale? Wait, what?
There's morale in this game?
It's your campaign. You gotta level up your character.
Okay, for all the play callers,
Norwega says, EA, we have to make money.
It's true, we do. They're a business. They have to make money. Let's be fair.
EA is not your friend.
They have to make
there
money.
to make the monies.
No, but I'm also saying,
but
it's also,
in
I mean,
general,
like, to be
yeah.
real, they are a business. They gotta make money.
Yeah,
also,
that's every AAA
also,
company.
Norwega says Battlefield Nerf Wars. This is a clearly undersold market. This is something we have to capitalize on.
And what's great about this is
no, that'd be too smart.
You're right, play we've got going on right here, which is absolutely great. Our players
oh
are
wow,
excited
look at that gameplay. I bet that was Madden 19 gameplay. I hope it was. And they just
You mean Madden 18 gameplay?
No, Madden 19.
Oh, we're still in 2020. I forgot.
We're in Madden 20, dog.
Of course, I forgot. But Madden 25 was just a couple of years ago.
Yes.
I'm so. Oh,
dude, what are they gonna do for Madden 25? What are they gonna do for Madden 25? They'll have to do 2025.
So confused.
Man, this sucks.
I'm very glad that I'm in here and not over there.
Ultimate Team
like
is the mobile game. People are, they're about to talk about the Madden mobile game. Yes, there's a Madden mobile game.
I was about to say that, but I was like, of course there is.
Yeah, you got your loot boxes for your mobile game.
Is there any overlap?
No, loot box says no microtransactions.
You have to buy it on both.
So it's not wait. No, I'm saying.
I thought that said welcome to Nut, and I was really confused.
Work with Juju.
No, I'm saying they do a thing like with what was Injustice 2, where it's like have the app and you get the stuff in the video game, and you get the stuff from the app. It gives you the currency for the.
You're right. It's gonna be Madden 25-2 Crossburn. You're not wrong.
Now the Khalil Mack fan sitting here loves hearing that.
It's gonna be Madden 25 squared. Madden 25 squared. Splatoon 2 will release.
Yeah, we love the Raiders.
Splatoon 2.
Now the thing that I'm most
We at the Squid Research Labs have been researching.
That translator was having a hard time.
So
what the Splatoon 2 guy during the Switch presentation? Absolutely.
We'll be ready for launch.
God, that freaking Splatoon, like the Squid Research Labs gimmick is just horrible. It's just bad.
He also has superstar abilities, and we're gonna go.
It'd be
superstar.
Dude,
look at the matchup nightmare.
That's such a good name.
There's Alvin Kamara.
At the end of the day, I mean, you know.
Oh my God, matchup nightmare, star ability. That's so good.
As a receiver,
Ah.
he's absolutely amazing.
Is this Final Fantasy 12 spinoff?
Yes.
You do know that Final Fantasy, when discussing the combat design,
instead of being a star now, if you're a good player, now you're an X, because you're the X Factor.
You do know that when discussing the battle design for Final Fantasy 12, the director of the game compared it to the NFL, right?
What?
Yes.
Why?
In terms of planning out formations ahead of time. and the structure of the game being less about instantaneous, in the moment decisions and more about formations and larger scale planning.
That makes sense. Doesn't make the comparison makes no sense, but it makes sense.
I don't remember all the details. I remember it made more sense to me when I listened to the interview, but that was years ago.
Yeah, you're right. We need a Pokemon Go Home and Sleep.
Yeah,
Pokemon Sleep is
Lax C. I'm ready.
That's what we're saying.
I'm ready
Pokemon
for
Go Home and Sleep.
Pokemon Sleep.
But the thing is
Pokemon
that
Sleep.
superstar abilities.
That's all Pokemon Sleep.
That's what we'll do during the Sims 1.
No, we're gonna go play Final Fantasy 9 during the Sims.
We're gonna play a video game.
Pokemon Go Home and Sleep. This is my jam. It says Piprado1.
It's just another level of authenticity. It's what everything.
Thomas Davis says matchup nightmare is a legitimate term that sportscasters use.
Yes. No, I know that that's a legitimate term. I'm just saying the fact that it's an ability.
Yeah,
it's
hilarious.
You have to understand.
And it was more the Jason mask too. That's what made.
You have to understand. We are not laughing at the terminology. We are laughing at its appearance on a JRPG spreadsheet in a Madden video game.
Wide receivers on the planet from the Pittsburgh Steelers. From the universe.
Yeah! Woo! Give me those Steelers. I'm a Steelers fan, guys. Actually,
ladies and gentlemen, all the way in the back, give it up for Juju Smith.
Okay, it's him again. It's the same guy.
No.
Who is this?
He was.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, I remember.
Yeah, no, he was here.
My mistake, of course.
I say I'm a Steelers fan.
No. But last year they put
in.
Antonio Brown on the cover, who was also a Steelers wide receiver.
Yes.
But he was an a-hole during the season. Like, he stopped playing halfway through the season because he wanted more money. And he was like, I hate the quarterback. I hate everyone on the team.
I remember this.
So now this guy's the main guy there.
I think they actually Max Blade insists, I just want to play video games. I just want to play video games.
No. I think last year they actually had Antonio Brown there and not Juju Smith-Schuster. And now they have Juju Smith-Schuster because he's the guy that could get it.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
I was like, wow, this is amazing.
I think it was a different guy last year.
Once again,
I don't freaking care.
Camille says JRPG Madden game seems fun. There is some game. I don't know what it is. There is some like
Golf Story.
What do you think?
Not quite. Not quite. I don't know. There is a sports like purgatory game that came out. I'm not even joking. It's like you're in purgatory, and it's like to get out of purgatory,
you gotta win.
You gotta win the sports ball.
You gotta win the sports.
It sounds like a joke, but it's actually like it seems like a pretty cool game. I wish I knew the name of it.
Okay, I'm looking up the EA 2018 conference to make sure I'm not crazy.
About what?
About which sports ball player was there.
Man? Dude, I love sports ball.
Also, that's my favorite sports ball.
So this guy in the gray jacket and white shirt, you know, talking about people's appearance is the low-hanging fruit, but he actually looks like a villain.
Who?
The guy on the left, the main presenter.
Like,
the host.
He looks like
Eddie MC.
The only way that you're going to be able to stop
like,
is to go ahead and double cover
yeah.
him. And at the end of the day, you know, it's a new meta to the game. If you
he looks like cross specialist, double me, superstar X Factor, aggressive receivers, overpowered defenders. I missed the rest of it. Two Broke Adults. Is this the only press conference today, or is there another one later tonight? This is the only press conference for today. Tomorrow is Microsoft and Bethesda and Devolver. Monday is Ubisoft and Square, and then Tuesday is Nintendo. However, after this, or actually before it's over, we will cease to watch EA, and we will play Final Fantasy 9 instead.
Because we had no idea this conference was going to be this long.
Yeah. I think a lot of people that are here are going to check out our closed beta.
Our closed
open beta.
Is that what they just said?
He said, excuse me. I corrected himself. That's the best flub, of course, was the guy on stage during Microsoft's conference 2 years ago who said Xbone. Excuse me, Xbox One.
Did he actually say Xbone?
Oh, yeah. That was in 2017, I think. Somebody said Xbone on stage at the Xbox conference and backpedaled in correction. So
it's pretty great. I brought a couple of codes here for Juju. We're going to give Juju some codes as well. We're also going to be sharing on social channels.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, he does look, he's a villain. He was going, I want a code. I got the codes. I got the launch codes.
Norwega and
this
Max
city
Blades are talking about. The game I was talking about is made by the Bastion guys. Yes, absolutely, because the art style is what I remembered about it. So whatever that one is.
Somebody referenced that in Bastion sports game earlier.
Yeah.
I have the launch codes. This city
Look at how evil.
will be mine.
Look at how, you're not wrong. That guy looks so evil. Granted, he works for EA.
Juju Smith-Schuster, there he goes. Handing out those codes. I don't know that you're going to get those back. I don't know if he's going to
All right. Well,
I think he just handed his own code away.
Of what Madden 20 is all about, but don't.
Oh my
don't
gosh,
anywhere,
that was
guys. We've
beautiful.
got even
He had
more
multiple. They gave him
Madden
several
20
codes.
Yes, and he handed out multiple.
Well, he handed out some. Crack got one for himself.
What a man of the
Senior
people.
Gameplay designer Clint Oldenburg. Put it
Tim
together,
Rogers made a
everybody.
pretty good video about football being an RPG. Says
Yes,
Jaron
he
Medley.
football is the greatest RPG ever, something like
Yes.
that. It's pretty
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
It's a very lengthy breakdown on how it's actually just a massive JRPG.
Dude, that's why I actually like football.
Oh my
like
gosh, thank you so much for
unironically.
being here. Now we've seen those X Factor abilities, but I want to dig a little bit deeper. Tell me a little bit more about
Pipperado1
how
says,
they
I really want
impact
time
gameplay.
splitters.
That's a
I'm
great
very,
question. I'm
I
gonna
have very
follow
little
with a question
affiliation
for
with
you
time
first.
splitters.
Okay.
Like I've
I'm
barely
trusting
seen
you
it.
to
The
give me
only
the right
memories I
answer.
have of it is going
What
over
are
to
some
my
reasons
friend's
you like
house and he's like, dude,
football?
this game's
I
cool.
like
Let's play the
yelling at my
multiplayer. I
fantasy
remember being like a monkey
That's
with
a
a
good
machine gun.
Okay.
Like that's it.
Anything else?
Oh, you know what?
I don't even remember which one that was. It might not even be the right game, but whenever I think of time splitters, I think of that.
I want to see him make some big plays.
That's
I
exactly
remember my
right.
friend was
Sorry that
really
you have to
obsessed
follow
with
it.
time splitters
Yeah, that was
regardless.
a hard
That was tough
assignment,
booking,
man.
by the way.
That was a really hard assignment.
Trevor Noah, Juju, and now Clint. Hey,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, give it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you mentioned Superstars.
Give it up, go
NFL
Madden.
is such a star.
We haven't said
Oh,
go
man.
Madden yet the whole time.
Go
Madden.
Madden. Well, it's because that guy hasn't shown up. The British guy hasn't shown up.
So we
Go
created
Madden.
this ability system known as Superstar X Factors. These abilities are going to bring authentic skills that make these guys feel unique and powerful.
Dude, there are gonna
so
be
that
new
every
plays
individual game
added.
is unique
Oh
and
my
gameplay
gosh.
differently.
This guy looks like he could probably pick me up with one arm and
That is very
throw
true.
me.
Extra
He's
level of
massive.
realism. Can we see some more X Factors in action? Can we?
I keep thinking he's about to say Xbox.
I'd love to see him go out there and do his thing. if
No,
that's
not
possible.
yet.
We got some cool stuff to show you here. with
somebody
Patrick Mahomes, our
somebody
athlete.
did a thing
Bazooka
with
is his
us.
zone ability. Now, to get into the zone, you have to do an in-game. With Mahomes, you have to complete 4 passes, 30 yards or more. Once you get inside the zone, you know by his
That was when, I think that was when Anthem.
That was an Anthem, absolutely.
You can bomb the thing.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for that.
You talked about the air yards.
Oh my gosh, he has a bazooka.
Exactly.
Bazooka.
30 yards or more, that's traveling in the air 30 yards, so the rack yards don't count.
And this all makes sense because obviously Mahomes has a hell of an arm.
Oh,
Can
boy.
all quarterbacks make throws like that, or is this just exclusive to him?
Bazooka is exclusive to Patrick Mahomes.
Why?
He's got the big arm. He's on record as throwing an
That's
83-yard
why.
pass. We may be selling him a little bit short, but this,
Oh,
this
there
is
have
not
been
a
longer
gimmick.
passes thrown. Why is
He's
okay?
inspired
It's because
by
you
the
put him on the
real-life
box.
skills
Just
that make
don't hide
That's
it.
his zone
Do
ability.
do do do
Yes, he
do
also
do 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 do. I'm gonna warm up the PS4. Start rearranging wires now.
This is getting me real excited for football, guys.
I mean, that's what he does.
That's how he. But okay,
Madden has become somehow 10 times worse than regular
So
football.
it's a nice little combo.
No,
that
because
perfect pass
it actually looks like Madden 05.
at least with Madden, you don't have the ad breaks
Madden
every
05
20 seconds.
actually looked better than this.
You're not. That's your imagination, but you're right. That it hasn't improved enough. If you went back, you would definitely see more direct points of comparison that it looks better. But it's
I don't
like
care.
you are correct. It has not improved enough considering where we are.
No,
in
the
line.
gameplay's actually decreased in quality. I'm not even joking.
I
I've
don't
played.
know. Have you played it?
Yes, I've played the recent ones with my friends because they're normies, and it's like they're just actually not good.
This is the thing, though. I know
It's like the running just feels weird. I'm not even joking. It's like the running.
It's because of the Frostbite engine.
Yeah, it feels really stiff. It feels like the player, every single character's trying to like have a back straightener while they're trying to run. They're all like super robotic.
Yeah, it's a chess
Minimum
match. So
primary
just like in
stone.
NFL,
Thank
the way
you
to
for
shut
the
down a high-power
image
pass
on
game
Twitter.
is
That
pass rush.
was great.
The defense is going to have knockout conditions when these guys are in the zone. You're going to see here Mahomes with his X factor.
We in the zone
He's
now,
in the zone.
boys.
Von Miller's going to sack him. The objective
So,
for the Broncos
get in the
this
zone.
The only thing,
Auto
zone.
so there, maybe I've talked about it and I just haven't heard. I actually, these abilities, what I'm curious about is how it affects online play. Because of course they're going to do the stupid loot box stuff, but it's like, do you just, is your if your team is filled with SSR people, is
You're
it
just done. You just kill
just
everyone.
win?
All right, well, that's a little bit reassuring. I'm glad
Those
that-
games at least have an online mode where it's like all the bonuses are
I
turned
know you're
off.
an offensive guy, but defense wins championships. We've seen what the offense can do.
Wait, who's Donald?
Talk about the
I
defensive
don't.
side.
There are a lot of guys in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah.
Guys.
Hold on, we have to.
Donald abilities. Holy crap! It's Kingdom Hearts. No, it's Donald Trump.
What's he
Oh
on?
no!
It's the
Wait,
Donald.
they're gonna tell us about Donald abilities now. Listen, everybody.
Aaron Donald is scary. So I played
Donald is scary. It's an Aaron Donald is scary.
this chair.
Hold on.
So he's reflected pretty well. He's got his own ability called Fearmonger.
Okay.
He apply pressure penalties to the quarterback, even when he's engaged in a.
And he's under pressure.
Unblocked to
That's
the quarterback.
strong.
He does it while he's blocked. We're gonna
Hey, there's Wilson, like from Apex Legends.
That's Watson.
I don't. Whatever. I don't remember what the character's name was from Apex Legends.
No, get it? Because of electricity. Watson.
Oh, I get it.
Get
Like,
it?
I figured. I just figured it out. Thank you. I just got it. I just got it.
Pressure makes those penalties he's applying to the throw power and throw accuracy of the quarterback more punitive. So he's a
gamer.
That's one of the things too.
You want to just not make like a new stream thing, like just cancel the FF9 one and have it just be on the back of this.
No. We will close this down and start a new stream for FF9.
Is Joey a ZZ Top fan? That beard is magnificent.
Magnificent.
Oh man, I didn't know about ZZ Top until people were started
Really?
telling me.
I'm surprised people were like, "Are you a Duck Dynasty?" Like here 5 years ago or so.
They did, but no, along that time there was also people kept making reference to ZZ Top. I was like, "What the heck is a ZZ Top?"
I only know what ZZ Top is because of Calvin and Hobbes.
That's a weird place to pull your ZZ Top knowledge from.
Well, it's because Calvin talks about having a big beard.
Is ZZ Top a country band?
It's like Southern rock.
Southern rock.
It's an amalgamation of Leonard Skinner. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like a decade later Leonard Skinner, basically.
I'll give them a listen sometime.
They've got some good music.
Yeah, they got some good music.
They're
not as consistent as Leonard.
I'll give real people music a listen for once.
I will not sit down and die on the cross of being a ZZ Top fan or whatever. But when I hear them come on the radio, I don't necessarily change the station.
Gotcha.
These animations,
signature animations,
connect with your favorite players, connect with your superstars on the field.
Well, you saw it. Like, why
reconnect Madden 20.
Reconnect superstars.
That they can identify with. They start cheering and they like seeing that kind of stuff. I don't like seeing Aaron Rodgers leave his feet and throw the ball 90 yards down the field. But whatever. We don't have to get into that, Khalil Mack.
That's all right.
But you know what? We've talked a lot about the new features.
So you remember the signature animations. You remember this whole thing, right? Where it was like you could do your loot boxes in 2K NBA a couple years ago to get Larry Bird's free throw animation.
Yeah.
It's like, this is getting absurd.
No, dude.
I wonder if they charged for Wilt Chamberlain. They should have paid you for that one. That's a basketball joke about Wilt Chamberlain not being able to shoot free throws.
It's loot box and gestures, just like Overwatch.
Full access to all the spin moves.
Whoa! It's just like
why did that guy just run out of bounds?
You know what it's really just like?
Watch this guy just run out of bounds. He could have gotten 5 more yards. Okay, they quit. Okay,
it's just like Anthem. Remember Anthem, that game with extremely robust character and mech aesthetic customization, in which they realized there was no way for you to show off how your mech looked, so they created 2 weeks before the game started a game lobby launch bay thing that was outsourced to another company because they realized, wait a second, we've made a game that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then it was awful.
And then they said, but we're going to keep working on it.
We're going to keep working on it, in a 4-minute cutaway.
I cannot
He specifically said that Anthem isn't dead.
I love how Greg Miller was making fun of the guy as he asked him.
Greg Miller's a great actor.
Yeah, no, he's a great host.
He's done these types of things
He
before.
did Uncovered really well.
He's done these types of things before.
Who did Uncovered with him? Who was the other guy?
Tim Geddes. He's another kind of funny guy.
Yeah.
No, but what I was going to say is that you are staring down the gun barrel there. He is a guy who's in there and he knows, and he could spend an hour talking about Anthem. And when he says, "So is Anthem dead or not?" He's towing a line, and he's like, "I already got paid. I'm already here."
Yeah.
We actually have 3 different types of RPOs.
Oh, Thomas Davis, thank you for the $15 donation.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
He says, thank you for the entertainment during this boring conference. Can't make the FF9 stream, so have a good one, boys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you. All of these things will be archived, of course, so the FF9 stream will be around later. Thank you very much for the donation. Thank you very much for hanging out with us and putting up with us making fun of Sonic.
You were the only Sonic fanboy for Joey.
Listen,
everybody on this sofa.
Yes, I know.
Listen, we are all brothers in arms right now.
The real thing that I forget what it was, but somebody was talking about somebody in the chat during the FF9 stream, I didn't respond to it, was like, because you said I'm actually not, like, people kept joking about, oh, Joey's so in there with Sonic, and we were like, he's actually really not.
No, he's not.
And someone said, he talks about Sonic a lot more than I would expect for somebody who's not a Sonic fan, which I didn't respond to, but I was like, and that should tell you why people don't like Sonic fans.
Yeah.
Because if you think Joey and I are insufferable with the Sonic stuff,
man.
imagine what a real Sonic fan would be like.
It's just that little kid screaming about like Sonic. That's all you need to know.
Jaren Gravely, I remember people genuinely thought there'd be a cage 3 uncovered. Yeah, those people were dumbasses who don't understand
They also
how
thought it was going to
things
come out in
work.
2016.
People don't understand how video games work.
I can't believe it actually got to 2019. That it actually took till 2019 to get Cage 3.
I believe it.
No, I
They
believe
lost
it.
a year.
No, I believe it. It was just all the people who were going, oh man, it's going to come out in 2016. I was like, you guys are all dumbasses.
You have to remember that game essentially only had a 5-year development cycle because everything from 2013 to 2014 was scrapped.
Dude, that game was announced when I was like going into 8th grade.
Mr. Jumboa L says, I bought Sonic Forces, you're not alone. Yeah, we are brothers in arms, you and I. I bought Sonic Forces the first week, not day 1, but week 1.
Wait, why? Why would you?
Oh, did you see that?
Yes.
Did you see
Yes,
that somebody
I
was
did.
messing with
Yes,
OBS?
I
They were
did.
like, oh, the layers.
Oh
Oh
no! They
no.
look all. Did you see? They looked all weird for a minute. It was like that. It was like pixelated. Their heads
Yeah,
were
they
all
were off to the
pixelated.
side. There was multiple layers that had to get adjusted.
Oh
on
my
the screen.
gosh, that was beautiful.
Dean Weiss says, hey Jacob, you want to do me the biggest favor in the world? It depends on what the favor is, but hit me with it. Is this a conversation we should be having live on stream? Is this going to be like the Collider
I need
podcast?
a kidney.
Is this going to be like the Collider podcast? You are going on the show. It's your show. I'm the producer. Actually, you're not the producer. I'm the producer. And I don't want to talk about it because Disney didn't pay me for shilling for them.
Man, Sonic Forces was...
Oh man, it's the Denver Broncos.
Remember football.
In the NFL's biggest game is the...
That doesn't look good.
In the NFL's biggest game?
There's a lot of compression going on here.
Yeah.
Wow. Ratings, performance adjustment. Oh god, it's about we changed the ratings of players.
Yeah, it's hey, we're gonna be on stage and we're gonna be at every single game. We're gonna adjust the stats of players after every single broadcast. You go watch your ESPN and then you go back and you play Madden and it'll be adjusted accordingly to the results of the game. Which means that if a player I want that to mean that if a player gets injured and they're benched for the season,
just a zero.
Either their stats are reduced to 0, like if you put them on the field, they just stumble and trip all over the place, or they are deleted from the game. Like content is removed from the game.
They're just grayed out.
You cannot select this person anymore.
Hey, real
I'll
money's
check my
real
Twitter
money.
I'll check my Twitter in just a few minutes, Dean. I'll check my Twitter between this and starting the FF9 stream.
Where's the Fortnite?
Yeah, Jaren
Woo! Look at me, I'm the ratings man.
Yeah, Jaren Gravely, I'm with you. I actually really enjoy football. It's probably my favorite sport, but this stuff makes me want to shoot myself.
Between those new X Factor
They kicked me out.
They heard me saying I thought Anthem was dead and they kicked me out of the event. Ooh, that's what actually just happened.
Star Wars, more extreme than Battlefield and more competitive than Madden, FIFA.
It's gonna be he's making a joke about Sims.
That's right. I'm talking about the Sims.
Yeah,
Before
exactly.
we talk Simlish, the Apex.
And with that, I think we're out of here. Let's get out of here.
man.
Boys and girls, in
Dude,
about
I can't wait until we quit out and then they're gonna show like KOTOR 3. It's gonna happen.
The Sims.
If people in the chat are shouting at us during the FF9 stream, oh my god, guys, the EA conference, then we'll flip back over.
Yeah.
But otherwise, this stream is about to end. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to play Final Fantasy IX for a couple hours,
Or
probably
sometime.
3-4 hours probably. I say 10 minutes. It actually needs to be 20 because I need to go eat lunch. But after that, so about 20 minutes from now. What time is it right now?
It
needs to be
2. It's here. It's 2.
Yeah. So, alright. Yeah, let's say about 20 minutes. We'll be back. We will be playing. All right, let's say.
Dean wants you to check the favor on stream, like a real plebeian.
You're not gonna check it. You're gonna check it off stream.
Okay, so now we gotta check it. He's called us to arms.
Called us out.
Uh-oh. Frickin' nerd.
What does Dean want?
Shut up, Dean.
What does Dean want from me?
Right there, right? I was thinking about with this taller Gibraltar.
Taller Gibraltar. Okay,
Gibraltar.
But 2 inches taller.
Is that like a taller
It's
Luke?
enough that you notice, but not enough.
What?
Hold on.
Yeah, you bring that over. Bring that over.
Hold on.
I missed it. I don't have a clue what's happening.
You're about to see he's made an edit.
Oh no.
Ah!
Adventuring through this area, you have control over the camera, allowing you to better search for items and Pokemon.
Wait, I just realized like people can't even see the.
Why can they not see it?
Yeah, because well, they probably can't because our camera is blocking the camera in the video. So I guess
sorry.
Here, we're gonna go down here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, they can hear it, I'm sure, but yeah.
Will you please welcome my very good friend, Mr. Todd Howard?
Our reaction to Todd Howard last year was actually pretty strong, but of course it was so.
Oh man, I love you guys. Oh man, thank you for that, Dean.
That's incredible. Thank you very much. Oh boy.
Oh man, my face hurts.
And on that note, I think.
Wait, you want to watch like 2 seconds of The Sims?
No, I don't.
Oh.
What if it's impressive? We gotta go. We gotta go before they do anything good.
And end the stream with exactly 1 second before it starts.
It's the final countdown.